Greetings all. It is Hot Take Wednesday on the original OC channel, 12 noon, Wednesday, June 27th. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. I have a little bit of a gap in my schedule, firing up a stream on popular demand. Popular demand, people said, listen, I'm working and I need a stream to have on in the background. So there you go. Your wish is my command. Stream initiated. I did a stream the other day. Can't remember when it was. Maybe is today Thursday? That's funny. All right, cool. Let's do this. Hot take Thursday. Boom. See if that works. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, June 27th. That means we're one day closer to the weekend. Why did I think it was Wednesday? let me go ahead and update my information in my data banks. Let's see, Doom. All right, bear with me. Yeah, Hot Take Thursday. Okay, cool. Updated. I think the title of the stream's updated. That was a miracle. How did that happen? All right, administrative snafu out of the way. Let's get to business. The link is pinned. I did a stream the other day on the Watch Colony channel, and nobody jumped on, and it lasted like 15 minutes, and then I ended it. So hopefully the stream lasts longer than 15 minutes. I've got like an hour to kill. So, but whether or not the stream lasts longer than 15 minutes is entirely up to you guys. Thomas Burnett is here. Hypnotize Me, Thomas Burnett, breakout star of the London Bro House and future YouTube superstar. I know he has his own channel, but Thomas is coming into his own. The Thomas Burnett and Mommy Show debuting on his own channel soon. Good to have you with us. Mathis is in the chat. Time to buy, he says. Don't sell, buy. Don't sell Rolex. Someone that I watched on YouTube very early on said, never sell Rolex. And I haven't. Well, a couple times I did. But pieces that I love, I haven't sold. But listen, I think you got to try and pare down the collection once in a while. Logan Hall is here. What's up, Logan? Happy Thursday, not Wednesday. John D is in the chat. Oh, man, it's time. High noon on the Watch Colony. It's not technically the Watch Colony channel, but anybody is welcome, whether you're from the colony or from wherever. Doesn't matter where you're from. Feel free to hang out with me. And Dewey is in the chat. Howdy, y'all. Mal's in the chat. Mal says, sell everything and buy crypto. I'm not doing that. My portfolio is up 25% over the last 6 months, which is my non-watch portfolio. So year to date, my stock portfolio is up 25%. I wonder if you can do that buying watches from the secondhand market. You tell me a watch that you bought from a gray dealer that's gone up 25% in the last 6 months. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. Watches are not investments. Good morning to everyone. Hope you're having a great Thursday. That's right. Thursday, not Wednesday. Thursday, not Wednesday. Peter Richard says, Bitcoin, baby. Okay, Peter. Jump on the panel. Tell us about your Bitcoin investment strategies. It's Thursday, not Wednesday. Okay, error corrected. All right, crisis averted. Relax. Logan says, OC, you freaked me out. Sorry about that. My mistake. I don't know. I thought it was, in my mind, I was thinking Wednesday. I just had in my mind Hot Take Wednesday. All right, Hot Take Thursday it is. Peter Richards says, how can you tell when someone is already retired? You don't know what day it is. Yeah. I was, I don't know why it's Wednesday. Hey, welcome to the panel now. Someone who is going to help me actually bring entertaining content to the masses. Mal, good afternoon.
Hey, OC. I think you put me on a bit too much pressure there. I was just joining so that you couldn't shut the stream down.
Oh, okay. That's good. Although the content is pretty shaky, so maybe it deserves to be shut down. It's only been 10 minutes though. Let's see where it goes. What's up? You're in London, correct?
Yeah, near London. Yeah.
Cool.
How are things going with you?
Great. I'm outside today. I'll show you. Hanging out on the deck. Got the waterfall going in the background. It's a beautiful, I don't know, 80 degrees. Just hanging out.
You're turning a nice shade of mahogany there, OC.
Yep. Going. George Hamilton is my inner George Hamilton is becoming my outer George Hamilton. If you know who that is.
I don't know who that is, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. I'll pull up a picture.
Is that...
Dean Perry's in the chat. I'm on holidays. It's a Saturday for me. Okay, cool. Dean. Awesome. John D says there's an event at the Grand Seiko flagship in New York City this evening. Is anybody going? I'm not going. I'm not planning to go. I went to the opening of that boutique when it opened, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful location. And I encourage everybody to go check it out. But I went into the city last night for the Justin Timberlake concert. Excellent show. Multi-talented performer. Plays guitar, piano, dances, sings. Great guy. Great talent, Justin Timberlake.
I thought he was in jail.
No, why would he be in jail? What did he do?
What's going on there? I saw something about him being in jail.
Nah, I think you're watching too much TMZ.
The chat saying there's burping. Is it? I can hear you perfectly, so maybe it's me.
Yeah, I fixed it. Oh,
okay.
OCS tips and tricks.
Right, gotcha.
You sound perfect. Logan Hall says, as a C-suite executive of Skechers, OC spends most of his days tying shoestrings. Actually, I don't, because overwhelming majority of the Skechers that I have are laceless. They're slip-ins. That's one of the benefits of Skechers, is they actually make most of their models are slip-in models.
You're too young for slip-in shoes, OC. Come on.
They're very comfortable. Nobody is too young or old for slip-in shoes.
You're too young for slip-in shoes. I think you got to be. I don't know. I don't know how old you are, but you got to be 60 plus, right?
Oh, that was close. You almost included me in the thing. You got to be really, really old, like over 50.
Yeah.
Okay, that's me. Boston Collector jumps in. He says, never sell Rolex unless you need the money. That's hot take Wednesday comment on a Thursday.
Boston, what if I need the money to buy more Rolex? Then can I sell Rolex? That's the paradox, right? The Rolex paradox.
So if you're getting offered one of these steel Daytonas at retail, does it make sense to sell another Rolex that you have that appreciated in value to pay for the Rolex that you're about to buy that will also be worth over retail? Hell yeah, do it.
Exactly. Here's a question for you, OC. Should I sell my Batman to buy a day-date? Is that is a good upgrade, isn't it? That's a nice walking up the ladder, I think.
Well, it depends. Are you making your day-date one of your final watches in your collection, or are you doing it because you're bored of the Batman?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm bored of the Batman, but I don't like to have loads and loads of money in watches. Do you have
another GMT?
I do, but it's a Tudor, so it doesn't really count.
Ah! That doesn't count. It does not count. I meant a Rolex. What else do you have in your Rolex collection?
I have 4 Rolexes now. So, and I don't have another GMT.
Okay. What do you have?
I've got a Tiffany OP, the color, not the stamp.
41.
41, yeah.
Wow, that is a fantastic piece. Very hard to get. Very few people have that one.
Yeah, that's probably one of the actual rare Rolexes, right? I mean, they didn't make those for very long.
Mark Goldberg has that one. Mark Goldberg fortuitously called that was going to be discontinued and bought it at $17,000. And the 40. A lot of people get the 36. I mean, not a lot of people, but it's more popular to get the 36 or a smaller size. But to get a 41 in the turquoise blue, I can't say that I know anybody other than you that has it, probably. Anybody in the
Wow.
chat
Then
have an OP41 turquoise blue?
there
Let us
must
know.
be more in the community, right? That can't be right. There
All right,
must
cool.
be
What else
some.
do you have?
I got a Datejust. I've got an previous generation Submariner, so not the 41, the 40.
Hmm.
But I got it a while ago and I just beat it to hell. So, and then I've got the GMT Batman.
Do you like the sub? Do you like the 40 sub?
No, but I mean,
I'd get
I've
rid of it.
beaten the hell out of it, to be honest. It was
Get rid
at a
of it. You'll
time
get
when, yeah, you know, nobody
you'll get eight
was
grand. You'll
worried
get
about.
$8,000 for it. You'll get
Do you
eight.
think?
Yeah. You'll get eight. Someone will polish
Yeah.
it up. It'll look nice and sell it for 12
Yeah, I
or
kind of like
11.5.
that it's beaten to hell as well because nobody does that with their. Well, very few people do that with their Rolexes these days today. So yeah, it's kind of like a badge of honor that I've just battered it. I remember once I was chopping wood in the garage with it on, and like the pin, that holds the bracelet to the thing, like like snapped or broke off, and the watch just fell off my wrist onto the floor and like got real big divots and dents in it from the ground. So it's
Yeah.
got real, yeah, proper good scratches on it.
Yeah. So in other words, you really have that's the watch that you can throw on, and you have no concerns whatsoever about it getting
Yeah,
chipped up or whatever.
yeah.
I gotcha. I don't know. And what configuration date are you interested in?
So I would like the Oscar one, the one from the Oscars. You know, the rose gold. What do
Oh,
they call that dial?
they call it
Uh,
the slate ombre.
Ombre. That's it. I was going to say fume. It's not fume. Yeah, ombre. Yeah, that one I quite like.
So rose gold. Here it is. Here is the slate ombre dial. 43 in US dollars. That's 43,200. There was a price hike, so it went up from like 42.5 to 43.2, I think.
Yeah. What
It's
am
a
I
good watch,
looking?
but you know that investment wise, the Batman is probably going to appreciate, whereas this is probably going to stay stagnant. Not that
Yeah.
is the be all and end all.
Will you lose money out of the door on that one? It's probably worth
You will,
less, right?
you might, because if you have, depending on your tax situation, but I don't know what, if you're paying all in, you might be like flat even. That's a good
Yeah. So
model. I mean, that's a hard to get reference right now.
it, in pounds, it's 37,800. So I think we're. I don't know what your tax is on top, but it looks like we're
Yeah,
paying more for them over here.
for us, it's depending where you are, between 6 and 9%. But some states it could be zero, believe it or not. So some states you really luck out. Guys, what do you think in the chat? Should he get rid of his Batman? It's a 126 126 Batman, one of the current ones
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
on Oyster or Jubilee?
on Oyster.
On
Yeah,
Oyster. Current Batman returns. A Batman returns on Oyster. Should he trade it and take the money and put it towards a rose gold slate ombre day date? Let us know in the chat. We got BW in the chat. What's up, BW? I want to make sure that I say hi to every single person who is in the chat. That includes Boston Collector. It includes Luchabetic Mark. I don't see a lot of women in the chat today. Why? So why the ladies watch on the screen? Let's see, what did I have on before? I had the Daytona on the screen. The ladies Daytona. I also want to say hi to JB. What's up, JB? I'm scared of the good guy mafia. Okay, no nonsense. No nonsense, JB. Batman is a very fun GMT. The Datejust is the quintessential Rolex design. Great items in your collection to keep as permanent additions. That's right. Keep them. Keep them. Just add on if you can afford it. And then we have Buckley. he says get rid of the Batman. He has a Pepsi. Well, you don't have a Pepsi.
No, no Pepsi. I've got Batman only, and
Yeah.
I got a. Well, we won't talk about the Tudor. Yeah,
Oh yeah. I don't consider that a Pepsi. Sorry.
that's not a watch.
It's not a watch. Come on, guys.
Yeah, Datejust, Submariner, beat up old Submariner, Batman, and an OP. It's my only sports Rolex, though, isn't it? So, I suppose I suppose the Sub is a sports Rolex as well, isn't it?
By the way, for people who are new in the chat, just let us know where you are. Where are you located? Like I see A Charles in the chat. What's up, A Charles? Where are you? Where are you from? I think I'm gonna guess and say you're from New York, but I don't know that for sure. But let me know if you're in the New York area. Who are you? Nobody needs to steal GMTs. Yeah, but he doesn't have a Rolex GMT. Like if he had a Pepsi or even a root beer, then I could say get rid of the Batman. Although I put on my root beer the other day and I was kind of like perplexed that it didn't have any two-tone root beer didn't have any easy link. No easy link at all. Because it's two-tone. Forced doxing is mandatory here. Thank you, Logan. Appreciate it. The Mall Nair's in the chat. Namaste. Cool. Jonathan Quayle Higgins III. I'm new. My name is Jonathan, and I want to talk about watches. Welcome, JQH from Germany. Ice cold in Alex. Ice cold in Alex. Thanks for a civilized production. You have style. I don't know to whom you're referring. Maybe you're referring to Mal. Yeah, Mal is very civilized.
Well, I'm not producing anything over here.
Nader Pritz. Norway here. Wow. People from Norway actually watching this? Guys, upvote the live stream. I haven't mentioned it thus far, but I want to see 20 likes, 20 upvotes. We have almost 35 people watching this nonsense, which means you guys should definitely be upvoting. That means tap the little thumbs up or click on the thumbs up icon. By the way, this channel is a monetized channel. Scary. Absolutely scary. We did a special stream to kick off the monetization, the surprise monetization. Thanks to everybody watching. We raised and donated over $4,000 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Thank you guys for that. That was an epic, epic show. And congratulations to Boston Collector again. By the way, I sent Boston Collector a Instagram message. It was actually a link to an ad that I've been getting on Instagram. Ever since his unboxing, I'm getting an ad that features a white ceramic perpetual AP. And the ad has like been in my feed like 10 times, maybe even 20 times over the last week. And I sent it to Boss. Like, is this a coincidence? He's like, no, I've been getting the same ad. He said, I was getting the same ad even before I got the watch. It's like, guys, there's shady stuff going on the interwebs. Really shady stuff. But I'm getting ads with white ceramic APs up the wazoo. JQH is OC barking out his demands. That's right. I demand. I say, you guys, I demand that you upvote, and you did it. We got the 20. We got the 20 plus upvotes. There you go. That's it. That's it. Johnson EDC is in the chat. Johnson says, "Good morning, all." We have Saint Peter. Always buy. It is against the rules to sell Rolex. And that's what Boston Collector said. Always buy, never sell, unless you really need the money.
You haven't sold any of yours, have you, OC?
I have. I sold 2 watches. I sold 2 Rolexes. They were flips, to be honest with you. They were flips. One was a Blue Sky Dweller on Jubilee that I sold to the Wizard, famously.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that.
And I made a fortune, but I almost almost lost my ass because I was almost scammed. And I also got rid of a Sprite on Jubilee. I got a Sprite on Jubilee when it first came out, and those were going for like 10,000 over retail, and sold it. I don't like green.
You've had a lot. You get allocated a lot of watches. Is that all just through one AD?
No
Or is
comment.
that, if you got okay, yeah, no, you should never share.
I
I'll just say
I don't
because I
don't
know
have
your
as many as
collection.
Boston.
That's true. Nobody does.
Yeah, I don't have a
yeah,
spreadsheet full of 80s like Boston does.
yeah, you're working your way through the Rolex catalog there. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't have any. I have a two-tone Submariner. I don't have any other Submariners. And the GMTs, I just had so many GMTs at that point. I had the two-tone Root Beer, the Batman on Jubilee. I have the Pepsi on Jubilee too. So it was overkill to get a Sprite.
yeah.
No one needs that many GMTs except maybe Brian. Macallan Drinker, did I say hi to you? What's up, Macallan Drinker? I want to make sure I say hi to every single person in the chat. Buy, hold, and build an empire, as per Boston Collector. Yeah, with Rolex though, like I gotta say I'm a little bored. There are a couple of Rolexes I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of the steel Daytona, the black steel Daytona, as soon as there's a replacement. Whoa! Hold on, audio issues, Boston. Okay, you're fixed.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I was just saying, I was about to make an announcement. I think over pretty soon the steel Daytona is going to go, black dial steel Daytona, when a replacement comes in, and then I think the two-tone bluesy, which is my only Submariner. I like it, but I think that one might go. And then I also have a Pepsi and a Batman. I think the Batman may go.
Days are numbered.
Batman's days are numbered, but I've said that before, and I haven't gotten rid of it yet.
Yep. How's it going, Mal?
Are you on the way to the grocery store, or are you?
I'm on the way to
what's up?
FedEx. Yeah.
Hey, Boston. Let me. I just want to say congratulations on that amazing AP. I mean, wow, what a watch!
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm enjoying it thus far, and yeah, it's a fun watch. It's weird. It's still weird that I own it, but yeah, it's good. I'm sure like Muhammad felt that when he got his Pepsi finally after 3 years. He just feels like, oh, I actually have it now. If you wait a long time for something, or doesn't feel like it's actually going to happen, so it's good.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing moment. I don't know, I didn't see the whole stream when you unboxed it, but did you have to do any, like, jump through any hoops with AP? Did they do any background checks or anything on you?
Yeah, so it's discontinued. So I actually got it through another collector who was trying to make some room for some other pieces. So knew that I liked it and offered to work out a deal. So it's always nice when that happens, because you can get it at a better price than gray market, and they get cash in hand and a little better price for them, so it works out. And I knew the guy, so it's safer, if you know the person a little bit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a great way of doing it. If only there was a system where collectors could sell to other collectors in a safe and convenient way.
Yeah.
If only there was a way for collectors to, be connected with each other in a trusted platform for buying, selling, and trading luxury goods.
Yeah. it will make it a lot easier. And I think, you know, part of it too is it's because of like gray market stuff. Obviously, everybody got real spooked from the TPG situation and the Wizard situation, and you know, down the chain, there's been a lot in the UK, right, that have gone on. And then we recently had one in Australia. It's just like, especially with the consignment stuff, or I don't know, just kind of, there's always going to be some people that take advantage with that much money in play. It's just a lot of trust to put in these guys, even if they've been in business for 5 years. You don't know what's going on in the background, if they're burnt out or whatever, and they just say, you know, I'm just going to take all this money and, you know, leave you high and dry. So I think a lot of people move to retail, but, you know, the prices are high at CPO and waiting for the retail right now is really tough. I mean, the number of people that have actually been getting the call is very low. And part of it is, you know, people are waiting for the best stuff. But a lot of people have spent a lot of money too. So it's tough out there to get the stuff you want at retail.
All of the
dealers are being
keywords,
stingy. They're stingy.
all of the keywords in your commentary have worked. Fella has been sent an alert.
Okay.
To jump onto the chat. So I'm sure he received a notification that you were on. By the way, I want to say hi to Whole Milk. I want to say hi to LEB. I want to say hi to Hawkeye. I want to say hi to Christopher Negroni, who says, OC, if you sell the Daytona, can you sell me the Super Jubilee? You're the second person who's asked. As a matter of fact, there's one other member of the community who's number one on the list. I promised him that if I sell the Steel Daytona, that they get first crack at it. And the question they asked me was, I want the Super Jubilee too, which is completely unworn and brand new. And it depends, because if I get another Steel Daytona, I want to use the Super Jubilee for that. So sorry, I've been saving the Super Jubilee for the new Daytona, a new Steel Daytona.
New Steel.
OC is in the chat reminding everybody to check out barossa.co for no particular reason. I'm not sure why you typed that.
Yep.
Thank you, OC. And we have Speedy Hernandez in the chat. Speedy says, sell, sell, sell. Is it time to sell, buy or sell Rolex? He says, sell, sell, sell. In other words, prices are still going down. I guess that would be his calculation. Question from someone in the chat. Let's change the subject just briefly. LEB asks, is it okay to have 2 divers instead of 1 daily diver? And that's a perfectly legitimate question, but unfortunately he adds another component to it where he says, I was thinking of going for the Hydro Conquest. Okay, so the first part of the question is, like, I'll answer that
first. Diver, though?
That's right. What's the first diver? Yeah. Tell us what the first diver is.
If it's a Hydro Conquest also in a different color, then it's a very different conversation.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it's okay to have 2 divers. For example, I have a Seamaster, and I also have a Sea Dweller, Omega Seamaster, and I have a Rolex Sea Dweller. Nothing wrong with having multiple dive watches. Dive watches are awesome, very versatile.
And you have a bluesy.
And I have a 2-tone bluesy, which is technically a diver. Yep. But I would not add a Hydro Conquest. Sorry. Mal,
I would also say it depends on how much water you're around. Like, do you have at least a pool or something? Like, if you're in middle America and you're not near water, then you might not need 2 divers. But I know a lot of people have like a nice diver, and then they have a like actual diving watch, you know, like a Seiko or something like that you're gonna heavy diving or swimming with. So
yep,
it's awesome.
Listen, don't don't get me wrong. The Hydra Conquest is I'll just share a picture of it for those of you who aren't familiar. It's by Longines, and it's a great looking watch for $3,000. But I would say
it looks like a sub, but you know, not quite.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they pop.
Sorry. I was going to say, is the Pelagos 39 also that?
Oh, I wouldn't. Come on, guys. Come on.
Around?
Stop triggering me. Stop it. Please stop.
No, the Pelagos. You don't think the Pelagos 39 is a decent dive? If he's looking for an actual dive watch, like to go diving, no.
Come on, guys, please.
It's got rubber. Stop. It's got a rubber strap, extra, free rubber strap.
OC, would you go for the Longines or would you go for the Pelagos? That's the question. Come on,
come on, man. There's nothing wrong with saying neither.
Okay. No, that's not the option I gave you.
Okay,
I said you got to pick one.
Okay, Omega Speedmaster. Seamaster Professional, 300. Either the older Bond one.
Any of them. Yeah.
Over,
destroys
right?
Longines and destroys Tudor.
Okay, so you say Omega is clearly a step above those other watches.
Destroys those.
Okay. Because by the way, especially secondhand, you could probably get it in that range, right?
Secondhand, you should probably get it in the fours. So yeah, Omega is a whole step above.
Okay.
Nader Pritz says, "Why did you say your root beer doesn't have Easy Link?" Oh, does it? Okay, if it does, I apologize. Okay, I'll double check later.
How dare you?
Maybe it does.
How dare you?
Okay, I apologize. I'll double check again.
That's a clear sign. That's a clear sign that you have too many watches when you don't know the ins and outs of every watch.
Yep. Panelists, thoughts on the new Hodinkee Karloff Bucherer World Time? I'm not pulling it up. I don't promote Hodinkee. I don't get paid to promote Hodinkee on this channel. And I don't even like Hodinkee, so I'm not pulling up anything that promotes Hodinkee. How about that?
I don't know who Karl F. Bucherer is.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Sounds like a made-up name to me.
Sounds made up. Let's just say I'm a big fan of whoever. If he's a real guy, Karl F. Bucherer, I'm a big fan. Big fan. And I support.
I'm a big fan of
his ADs.
Big fan of Hodinkee collabs in general because they're usually good value for your money, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. But that doesn't sound like a winner to me without even looking at the watch.
We got a lot of really, really good questions and comments in the chat. So let's try to go through them here, or perhaps go the same route as Mark and get a very robust dressy watch with higher water resistance like his Aquaterra. Yep, Omega is definitely a better choice.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll run out of oxygen with the Aquaterra. That's the problem. He doesn't have the dive bezel.
Yep.
Yeah, and get an OP.
That's kind of a
Surely
issue.
an OP is a good.
I've never worn any of my divers worth more than $1,500 in the ocean. I don't trust that I won't lose or ruin it. Only cheap divers in the ocean for me. Speedy, cool. Speedy is in Hawaii. Is that true? Is that correct? Speedy's in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I've worn the Nautilus in the ocean. Does that count?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a dive watch.
Well, if you weren't in the water, it's a diver.
Yeah.
Speedy is cool, man. Speedy. I wouldn't be afraid. The water's clear. The water's clear in Hawaii, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's not like a lot of seaweed there that I remember and I recall.
Well, I've worn my watches in the sea in the UK, and that's full of sewage. Yeah. So, you got to be fine in Hawaii.
Hey, you just rinse it off after you get home. Like
exactly, just rinse the sewage off, and it's brand new.
Thank you, Buckley, for your comment. LEB says, by the way, thanks. I was just looking for suggestions. No problem. I'll stick to what I have. Just thought the Longines was a nice option without breaking the bank. No, it's not. And by the way, if we saved you from purchasing an unnecessary watch, we have fulfilled our mission as a community. So I am very, very proud to say, no, we should be discouraging unnecessary watch purchases. Boston.
Well, I would say this. If you're not willing to break the bank, then why are you buying a watch? Right?
There you go. It should.
If you say I just look for something without breaking the bank, it's like, no, you have to break the bank. That's the point of watches. You got to break the bank, use all the money on the watch, and then you'll be happy. If it's not worth breaking something, like, it's probably not worth your money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're probably buying some step down garbage.
A good rule of thumb is work out what disposable money that you have that you could reasonably put to one side, and then double it, and then buy the watch.
Right. Yep. Exactly. The more it hurts when you buy the watch, the more you'll enjoy it.
If it doesn't hurt, you won't enjoy it.
Exactly.
That's the rule. If it doesn't hurt, you won't enjoy it. I use that in everything in life.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys say obvious things. The watch that's twice the price is twice as good. Yep. We are shills. We're shills for the Swiss watch industry.
We're here to help.
That's right. It's twice. Listen, buy the one that's twice as expensive. It's twice as good.
I mean, I was about to say just buy the Royal Oak Offshore. It's a great boat watch, but I didn't feel like that was that helpful. That would be 25 times the watch almost.
And if you get the ceramic one, it won't scratch.
Glenn Bulb is in the chat. Glenn Bulb says, thoughts on the latest robbery?
There's never been a better time to do business in Western Australia. Our network of global investment and trade offices.
The BBC is monetized.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch
Is this
back
the
over to
OC
this
channel?
tab.
Where am I right now?
Yeah, you're on
Or is
the
this
OC
the
channel.
colony? Okay.
No, the OC
So
channel.
you guys can super chat. If you have a question, just super chat.
Yeah, you can super chat. By the way, I'm way
go to Watch Time New York events.
Yeah, to fund my dinner at Watch Time New York.
There you go. If you want to buy OC a dinner.
Yeah, super chatting rich guys isn't
Or
really a business
McDonald's.
model. I will say so. Glenn Bulb says, "What are your thoughts on the latest chainsaw and sledgehammer robbery in Beaverbrooks, UK?" I'm not familiar with it, but I did pull it up. Let's just see what's going on here. Chainsaw and sledgehammer.
Ooh.
Let's see what's going on
Involving a
here.
beaver? Is that what you
Beaverbrooks is an AD name.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This doesn't look
High
like
security. We're open as usual.
Detectives are appealing for information following an armed robbery at White Rose Shopping Center on Wednesday evening. Police received multiple calls from 8:42 p.m. about an ongoing robbery at Beaverbrooks Jewelers in the shopping center in Leeds. It was reported that 5 suspects entered the shopping center in possession of weapons, including a chainsaw, baseball bats, and a sledgehammer.
Jesus.
They damaged glass cabinets within the store and made off with a number of watches. There you go. So that is the news.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like that clip
Beaverbrook.
It sounds like that clip from Anchorman where they have all the crazy weapons. Do they have a chainsaw? One of them? You know what I'm talking about?
Crazy.
Oh,
Yep, I just didn't have a.
oh my kamikazes here. These guys are
I can
trying
pull
to
up the
hit me.
footage. See if there's any legitimate footage here. with me. Got to go through some BBC ads first, and then I'll flip over to this.
All right. BBC ads.
There you go. The Beaver Brooks jewelry store in Leeds. Target of a robbery yesterday.
Buckley's spicy right now. Real spicy.
Question for OC. Will all super chats on this channel be used for philanthropic initiatives? Super chatting rich dudes is weird. I agree with that. Super chatting successful people is strange.
Wait, haven't you been on like some of these channels where there's 25,000 people in the chat and they're sending all this money and the person's like extremely wealthy? That happens all the time.
I know. Listen, you're not super chatting to reward rich people. You're super chatting to show appreciation for people donating their time and providing you with entertaining content. And if you think the content has value, then super chat. I will say, and I'm not complaining, but I do have to say that like when I donated $1,500 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, which was matched by the BJ's charitable foundation, after Google fees and taxes, I paid $700 out of pocket for that. So I donated $700 of my own money to the Greater Boston Food Bank. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I talk the talk and I walk the walk. So I mean, Boston donated $500 of his own money. I donated almost $700 of my own money. So I appreciate that everybody super chats and everybody donated, but I donated the most. So don't question my super chats.
And I'm in the hole over $200,000 for that episode.
That's right.
Personal fees for the content.
and although I'm working with your accountant to make that tax deductible, it's like on Tim's show we used to
dig my way out. Digging my way out.
We used to deduct all Tim's watch purchases as business expenses.
Yeah.
And we famously had to go to the IRS in DC and argue our case, and we won.
Really?
Yep. Hey, look at this. See, look at this. We have auto $1.99 symbolic super chat. Fair enough. Good answer. Here's $2. There you go. I appreciate it. It's a symbolic show of support for the channel, and maybe I'll make up my $700 back one day. But it's okay. I don't expect anybody to feel sorry for me. No one should be super chatting because to fund my trips or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think anybody should be super chatting to like support somebody individually. It should like the idea of super chatting is to support like it's just their enjoyment of the show. Really. Like if you want to actually like be if you want to take some, that is just my opinion. If you want to take somebody on as like adopt somebody and sponsor somebody and pay for their lodging, food, and have them in your basement, that's a different story. But like YouTube's about having fun with the content and providing entertainment. So I don't know. I think sometimes that gets out of whack a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, make no mistake, your super chats are not going to fund. I'm not buying new equipment.
You're not going to put all your jobs.
That's right. They go straight to my retirement. It doesn't. You're not funding new equipment. I'm not promising to shave my head. I'm not dyeing my head purple. I'm not doing any challenges.
Exactly. Yeah.
Essie's in the chat from Germany. Good evening, gentlemen. Essie is amazing. We have the best quality chat
here. It was more like, my point was more like whether or not you say, "Oh, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to do this full time," shouldn't change what your super chat. You know, because it's like that's their decision to do that. It's not your financial obligation to like have that person do that full time. They don't need to do it full time.
But in the private chat, OC said that I have to pay him $500 to join the panel. So
yes, that's
it doesn't
the typical
really
fee.
Private chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't line up
Jeez.
with what he was just saying. So
Don't reveal stuff in the private chat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let the grift begin. All right.
Yeah.
First rule of the private chat is private chat remains private.
That's right. It's like Las Vegas. The private chat is like Las Vegas. It stays in the private chat. It's a good rule. No, I mean, I think if I don't think I'm gonna get enough people to actually be monetized, but if I ever did, I would just do $10,000 membership level, and if you want to find out what that content is, then you can pay the price. But most likely it will involve spreadsheets. So we'll just leave it at that.
And
$2 super chats aren't going to go far. We got a serious expenditures
Exactly.
here.
Clip. That's right. Clip for the docs reports. This memberships are coming. Memberships are coming. So, and our goal will be to have a 100% membership based audience. So get ready to shell out big bucks. And not just on this channel, but every channel. Every channel that gets monetized, you're going to be forced and manipulated into purchasing memberships, long-term memberships.
In a way, by forcing people to spend money on super chats, you're saving them from spending too much money on watches. So it's a public service.
It's a community service, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, they don't pay their memberships. They won't get excellent advice like if a watch purchase doesn't hurt, you're not going to enjoy it.
Right.
And, always spend more money than you can afford on watches. Don't ever sell any watches. Quality, good sense advice like that.
Yeah, I mean, we just saved someone from buying a $3,000 watch that he didn't need. I mean,
yeah, and we sent them to AP to look at divers over there. So, which will be a much better purchase in the long run. Exactly.
Yeah, it's valuable advice. That's what we're here for.
LEB says, are people going more gray than retail? It wouldn't surprise me if they go that route. I would go gray because I can get a vintage piece, which is less than a ceramic sub. That is an example. Thoughts?
Well, I can only say from my perspective that supposedly, Rolex has got so many more watches now, you can get them at retail, etc. But I was offered more watches during the COVID years than I've been offered after the COVID years. And in the last year, the only piece that I've been offered of any interest was a two-tone Daytona. So I'm not seeing the benefit of all these extra watches that are floating around myself.
Yep, I think to Boston's point, and I would agree with it. He says that demand has shifted from gray to retail in a lot of regards, and I've seen that all the flippers at retail dropped out, but a lot of the people, especially for Rolex, that wanted to go gray, are now looking at retail, and they're just waiting for their pieces to come in, especially Datejusts. People who were waiting for Datejusts and subs and GMTs have all shifted back to retail. But that doesn't mean they're super easy to get either. You still got to wait. John D says, when gray and retail prices equalize, there's no need to play the AD game. Yeah, that's true as well. That's true as well. But there's still some secondary dealers that want to charge you premium for stuff that doesn't deserve a premium, like Submariners and Datejusts, you know. Whole Milk says, word on the street is that OC has requested to be a beta tester for YouTube's new mega chat feature, minimum $100. That's true. But I don't know if I'm going to turn that on yet. I don't know if we want mega chat enabled here. I'm waiting for the memberships to come through. After the memberships, then we will turn. Actually, one thing that I have access to turn on is product sponsorships, and I have decided not to do that. OC cannot be bought. OC will not be bought. So I will not be promoting products on third-party websites. It's one of the things that I think is not in keeping with the original OC brand. I will support people in the chat donating their hard-earned money to fund my lavish lifestyle, however. Logan Hall asks, what would you name your membership tiers? That's a great question. Actually, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that, and I'm thinking that there would be either 2 or 3 tiers of membership. And there will be 2 tiers that are like really, really affordable tiers. And then there's going to be 1 tier that's the master manipulator level, which is a very, very high level tier that's just designed for people to donate secretly. So those.
Sorry, I'm back. I got nuked for a second from phone call.
Yeah. Yep. So the master manipulator level would be a great tier.
Ever get memberships? I'm going to only have 1 tier, $10,000, and it's going to be the Ragu tier.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'll ship you a jar of Ragu as my thanks for becoming a member. Signed, of course.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to do membership level 1, membership level 2, and then master manipulator level. And master manipulator level will be a secret tier that those people will never be announced.
Yep.
All they will do is just be able to, support the show at a very, very at an absurdly, ridiculously high level.
Okay. And would they be given like master keys that they can just nuke your stream anytime they don't like the content?
Everything's on the table. Everything is on the table. Yeah.
Because I know somebody that might want to pay for that.
For master manipulator level, yeah, I mean, I'll sell my soul to the devil for them. By the way, OnlyFans
that might be interested in that level of control. So you just have to be careful. Make sure you price it accordingly.
And Dewey says, tier 1 high IQ troll, tier 2 sketcher, tier 3 Oliver's people. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a good idea from Dirk Diggler. You should name their membership tiers after McDonald's combo meals, like McGriddle, Big Mac, etc. I'm not sure if we're allowed to use trademark names.
No.
Maybe we are. I could double check that, but I need to be careful about using registered trademarks in the membership names.
You supersize me. You might not be able to use that.
Supersize. That's a good one. I think Supersize Me is also a registered trademark.
Yeah, probably. Feels like it. Feels like it should be. If it's not, we should grab it.
Should definitely grab it. That's a good. But if you guys have suggestion for membership tier names, other than Master Manipulator, which is going to be the top level, the top secret level.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a couple of AD meetings on the calendar for next week. I'm going to Rolex, Patek, and AP next week, and then I'm going to Richard Mille the following week. So you guys in the chat, just type in a comment a couple weeks from now. Just say, hey, remember you said you were going to visit ADs? How did it go? And of course, I'll answer, total disaster.
Good.
Or I think I'll say I made zero progress. It was a disaster. So here we go. Fool,
as it should
Joker, and Puppeteer.
be.
Fool, Joker. And
Joker. I think we can do better than that.
And Dewey says honorable mention goes to Ball Washer. You know, I gotta say that I'm not sure where that whole Ball Washer narrative came from, but I think, you know, I just think it's kind of weird actually, because I mean, I think I'll just come out right out and say it. I think a lot of some of these low IQ trolls, they tend to be very obsessed with guys' genitalia.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a lot of projecting. I mean, I know that a disproportionate number of these trolls are are homosexual, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not a problem. I don't have any issue with homos. They're cool in my book. But I think they tend to, when they characterize people, they tend to focus a little bit too much on guys' genitalia. And that's a little bit of subliminal projecting on their part. So I'm against using the term ball washer, because I think that's just a way of them projecting their psychological hangups. Or I think they're, I don't know if they're doing it because they're whatever way they're doing it is just not cool. So that's not a term that would be allowed here.
Oh, let's make membership levels gherkin, cucumber, eggplant. It's like, no.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
It's weird. You know,
that's very weird.
The important thing, whether you're a troll or homosexual or whoever, is that you subscribe to the top membership and pay that every month. All right.
That's right. When memberships come,
I don't think anybody wants people to sign up for memberships. I think people just offer it and then people sign up. You know what I mean? Like, OC doesn't want people to have to pay for the content. It's just,
no.
If you want to pay, you can.
That's right. The last thing I would ever do is force people. I'm not gonna be manipulating or brainwashing people to support this channel or any other channel. I do happen to have a list of channels that are OC supported channels that include Boston Collector, Luchabetic Mark, the Watch Colony, Diego, the Watch Hangout, and others. And just because I endorse those channels, it doesn't mean that you should. But
mine you should, but the other one.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you should actually. Yeah, you should. Never mind. You should support. I think you should definitely support those channels on my recommendation.
Yeah.
Including Elite Horology, by the way. Elite Horology is a pretty good channel.
Yeah.
Guys, there's over 50 people watching this show, which is flabbergasting. Absolutely flabbergasting.
I just pumped gas. Proof that I pump my own gas occasionally.
I don't
find a full serve station.
Is that another euphemism like ball washing?
No.
Or, oh no, actually pumping gas.
I actually am at a gas station currently.
Okay.
Always use premium. Actually, I did the good stuff. V-Power Nitro Plus from Shell, 93 octane.
By the way, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. This is an open panel. So folks in the chat, if you're bored, you want to jump on, jump on. Politically correct way of calling the trolls gay. Negroni. He's the best. He is the best.
And there's nothing wrong with being a gay troll. is there?
Nothing
OC?
wrong with
That's
them. No, I
there's
support.
nothing wrong with being.
Does Negroni
We-
have memberships? Does Negroni have memberships yet? I don't know.
Yeah, Negroni. Do you have memberships? It's going to be like he's going to have memberships based on different alcoholic levels.
Ooh, I like that. Yep.
Yeah, like the beer level, the wine level, champagne,
Yeah.
Macallan,
Negroni,
85.
Yeah.
Natty
so-
Ice level. It's about 25 cents a month.
I think Rashid actually has those levels, doesn't he? I think his memberships are named after drinks. Can't remember.
Mm.
I'm not. I don't recall. I don't think I'm a member
I don't know.
of Asheen's channel, so I can't say.
That surprises me, OC. I thought you'd be the first one.
I'm a member of several channels. I'm a member of 3 or 4 channels. I know, but I keep getting these.
Free memberships.
No. I mean, I do have free memberships, but I think I have a member on JJ's channel, which is the Watch Hangout. I think the Dungeon, maybe I'm a member. Archie's channel, I'm a member. I think Mookie's channel, I think I'm a member. I think I'm even a member on Marcelo's channel. I have a lot of different memberships. I like to show like a base level of support for anybody who's on YouTube. You know, like it's a token show of appreciation. So even if I don't love every show, or even if I don't love, just if I'm a member, that doesn't mean I support everything that they do. Obviously, guys, jump on the panel. The link is pinned. JB is welcome to jump on. Yo, Mathis is in the chat, and we've got DCNLV. By the way, we want to get to 40 upvotes. We have 50 people watching. I'd like to see 40 likes. If you haven't hit the like button or tapped it yet, please do so now. And by the way, there was one super chat earlier that was auto for $1.99. Could you please do me a favor and hit the like button on his super chat? Just go through, scroll up, and find it, and hit the like button on his super chat. That would be I'd like to see 10 likes, minimum of 10 likes on Auto's super chat. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Boston's back.
It's called a dead spot for those of you that don't drive and do StreamYard at the same time. You know?
Right, OC, Boston. I've got to go, but it was nice chatting to you.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, Mal.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Speak soon.
Peace. Have a good one. If you'd like to join Boston Collector and OC on the panel, please do so.
Mhm. So
What's
what's new, OC?
what-
You have your meetings coming up?
No,
You got
yeah, I got
party-
meetings coming up. I'm going to go to Rolex. I'm going to say,
annual
listen,
meetings? Your
annual meetings.
annual meetings at all the brands.
Yeah, at all the brands. I'm like, hey, watch time's coming up. Without doxing myself, the birthday's coming up. Christmas is coming up. What is feasible? What's feasible for the rest of the year? And we'll see what their take is.
Right.
And then with AP, it's going to be the same thing.
Yep.
And then with Richard Mill, it's going to be. There may be an update coming soon.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm not sure if there's something. There's a little bit of feedback coming through, just seeping through the mic. I'm not sure if that's me or just a tiny bit. I'm not sure what that is,
but I'm not sure if it's me. Honestly.
it's all good. Hey, we have Baby Lucha Mathis.
Yo.
Yo. What up, Mathis?
Let's change the subject, okay?
All right. Why?
What is Boston gonna wear to Watch Time New York?
What am I going to wear, or what should I wear? That's two different.
What are you gonna wear? As in your outfit,
My outfit,
fashion style.
my fit.
Yeah, I saw your picture last time we were in New York, and
Yeah.
I'd like to see you like that or something similar. And
I was gonna
OC,
wear
you
a white-
can't go there with Skechers and just a V-neck and a suit jacket. We got to do something.
You want me to wear a suit? You want me to wear a suit?
Not a
Friday
suit,
night?
but we can't do the V-neck again with the Skechers. We got to step it up now that you're monetized.
This monetization is costing me a fortune.
It's time to evolve into a Sean-like appearance.
string
shit.
backpack.
Go.
String backpack still.
As long as the string is leather or NATO nylon or something.
Okay. No, you have the nice bag, right? You have like a black leather bag or something.
I'm not gonna be bringing a bag to Friday night. I mean, it's
Okay.
Come on.
Forget the bag. I want to see OC looking like James Bond. I want to see Boston dressed like Conor McGregor. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Let's go. We got to turn it up for this.
Do
For
you
New
mean
York.
like Conor McGregor with the boxing shorts on and the robe?
No, with the suits that he wears.
Oh, okay.
The
was gonna
Sean
say, that's
type,
a little-
like Sean style. We got to go
I don't
Sean
know.
style.
I don't know if shirtless was on the list, but it probably is not in the approved attire for watch time.
Well, that could be after.
That's after. Do I have to get tats like Negroni?
You could come dressed like Negroni with distressed jeans, all different colors and holes everywhere. You could do that if you want.
I think they have like those tattoo printers now that you can get, the temporary ones, and I could
Yeah.
copy all of Negroni's tattoos.
They also have like a sleeve, like a football sleeve, you could
that
print
you just
on
wear
there.
it. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. I could get Negroni's exact tattoos, and then all my wrist shots will be with that sleeve on, and it'll be like, "Oh, is that Negroni?" No, it's Boston Collector wearing a sleeve that looks like Negroni.
Shout out to Mal for the £5 super chat for the OC Retirement Fund. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Those are going to go to fund my new Roger Federer loafers. Roger Federer has announced that he has partnered with this brand, and this brand is called Baudu and Longa.
That sounds mad up.
Yeah, and check it out. He's now promoting these Belgian style loafers. The
Speaking
Sagan
of master manipulator tier, Roger's definitely in the master manipulator tier.
When it comes to loafers, you got to ask Buckley first.
Yeah, you do. But
Okay, I have a question. More loafers, Sean or Buckley? Who has more loafers?
I bet you Buckley's got loafers from his senior year in high school, okay?
I have a feeling Sean has like a loafer closet, like a separate closet.
A loafer box?
You know how like you always like picture somebody's like house in your head, and it's totally not their house, but like you're like, oh yeah, like Sean's house, in my opinion, is like 5-bedroom with master walk-in closets in each of them, and he's just like taken over both the guest bedroom part and made that into a closet plus the walk-in closet. So he's got like 4 massive closets. He's got a loafer room.
Who's got more but who has more closet space, Sean or Sean's wife?
I mean, I would. That's a tough one because I know. I would guess they're 60-40 Sean. That's my guess.
All right. Oh, dang.
60.
Okay.
But it's still like that's a lot of that's what I'm saying. They must have like a 5-bedroom house with all these closets, master suites. I
guys-
can't imagine Sean putting like clothes in a basement. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't jive. I think they all have to be like in a nice closet arranged. You know.
Hey guys, do me a favor, run the show for like 3 minutes while I get my laptop charger. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like I can't see him putting like his nice clothes in like Rubbermaid bins and putting them in the attic like most people. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So no, I think he's got a sweet setup. That's just.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Mathis, are you still in? Are you going to? Is there a parade? When's the parade? Are you going to it? What's the?
They just had it. They just had it like
They
2
had it?
miles from my place. I
Oh,
tried
okay.
to go over there,
Today?
but there was today.
So
Yeah,
many
there was.
people, right? It's horrible.
There's like this chicken place.
Okay.
It's like a Chick-fil-A, but it's like Chick-fil-A, but it's called something else. I can't think of it. And they had this cup there for a few hours, and I don't know what player was there, but I drove past it. There was so many like fire trucks and police cars and RVs, and it was huge. So I couldn't even get close.
Yeah. Okay.
But people are going
But
crazy
they
down here.
celebrate today.
They're going crazy down here. Barbecues, parties everywhere.
What's the percentage of people that you think that are fans that have actually played hockey in their life?
Well, when the Panthers went to the Stanley Cup in like '93 or whatever it was, I started playing. That got me into playing hockey, and I played from like 8 to like 9th grade. So I'm personally influenced by that, and I had a lot of friends that played, but most of my friends didn't play hockey. I'd say 20% of people down here played hockey.
Yeah.
At least tried it, you know.
Would you say it's roller hockey now? Roller hockey or ice?
I mean, if you're playing in the street as a kid, you're playing roller hockey, and then if you want to join a league, then you go to ice. But there's roller leagues.
I guess that makes sense. Like if a lot of roller hockey, that's an easy way to play down there. So
yeah, but how many people in New York, or any other state have a lake behind their house they could skate on? In the winter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have one, but you know.
Well, that's
A lot of
different.
them
That's
don't
different.
freeze now, though. They used to. Like almost, I think like when my parents grew up, they're from New England. Like there was like every lake froze the whole winter, like for the whole winter. So a lot more kids like grew up playing hockey in the winter.
Right.
And now it's like you're lucky if it freezes for a week.
Oh,
Not
really?
skate on it, you know? Yeah. Global warming, you know?
Yeah.
It's good for.
Well, I'm just happy
we
we beat Canada at something, at hockey for once.
Yeah. I mean, the U.S. took home another championship. I think that's. I mean, we'll see. We got some important stuff coming up here, Mathis. We got the Olympics, right?
Which is it? The
Olympics
which
coming up?
Olympic?
Summer in France.
Okay.
Paris. It's about to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I heard a disturbing story from Shams Charania. Have you ever heard of that guy?
No.
Sham Charania. I think he's like the other Wojciechowski. Adrian Wojciechowski.
Oh, okay. Like
He's
a Shannon
another
Sharp
of
kind
these.
guy.
Yeah, he's like an insider. So he like talks to all the players and everybody gets the behind scenes scoops. He said something disturbing, and I can't confirm it, but he said something about Jimmy Butler not wanting to sign an extension with the Heat and
Stop,
leaving as a
Boston.
free agent
Stop.
next year.
Stop. Just do it.
He
Stop.
said that. I wouldn't make
We're
this up.
having a
I
good
would not make
conversation.
it up. I would not make it up.
We're
I
having a
wanted your-
friendly
I wanted your
conversation.
opinion. I wanted your opinion on this story. Do you feel
We're having a
do you
friendly
feel like
conversation.
he's
You're going to turn this into a crew battle, but
no? Do
I
you
haven't
feel
heard
like
about it.
Yeah. No, I saw it and I was like, I won't bring this up because it's probably a sore subject, but I decided to bring it up anyway.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know if from your end you feel like he's happy in Miami.
I don't know, Boston.
That's all. Okay.
You stumped me. You stumped me with that. We're having such a
I'm
good
joking.
conversation.
I'm joking.
I hope he stays.
All I know is, and I know you agree with this, the New York Knicks are an absolute disaster. Everybody's excited on the Knicks. I'm sorry, it's been a long time. I know you haven't had a good team in a long time, but what they're doing is just a disaster. They just signed OG Anunoby. They traded all their picks away for Mikal Bridges, who's a disaster.
Boston,
I mean,
listen. Every year, the Dallas Cowboys announce that they're going to win the freaking Super Bowl.
I know.
Every year. Every single year. This year, it's it. This year, we're going to do it. And they jabroni out every first game of the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? Same thing with the Dolphins.
No, there's going to be a lot of, crying in New York this year because I think they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to compete for the championship now. We just added Mikal Bridges. But they don't realize that they just sent all their future draft picks for a guy that had 18 points a game, 19 points a game on a bad team.
But the same thing, like how Dallas claims this.
Yeah.
New York, they get suckered into it.
Right.
Every
they get suckered
year.
In. Yeah. They think this is the year. This is the year. Look out, Boston. You won't be able to compete with this dynasty of a team that we're creating. And
the Jets fans, the Jets fans are the craziest of all. Every year they think they're going to have a good team, and it's just a disaster every time. And they all come down here to Miami for the Jets game, and there'll be more Jets fans in the stadium than Dolphins fans.
Yeah.
And there'll be broken seats, cars left on fire in the parking lot. They're out of control.
That sounds about right, actually.
It's true. I swear. I went to a Dolphins game. I was outnumbered by Jets fans. The worst time ever.
Yeah.
That's because everyone in New York, everyone up there wants to be Florida crew.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks are in line to overpay mediocre players substantial amounts of money, which is a recipe for disaster. And I'm at a loss as to any of their players if they're actually worth the salary they're going to be paid, and that usually doesn't end well.
You're a legacy type of team, like a 3 really good players and the rest of the bums type of team guy.
No, but my point is, like, you gotta be financially responsible when you're building a team, or you just run into you're just stuck and you can't do anything. And I just feel like they just paid OG Anunoby $40 million a year, $41 million a year, $42 million, something like that, $42 million a year, and he had 14 points a game last year. I mean,
I've never even heard of him.
I know exactly, and he might not even start for them. I don't even know. So it's just, I don't say this to be, I'm just a realist when it comes to basketball. I know basketball, and I'm really worried. I'm worried that Knicks fans are gonna start turning on Jalen Brunson as soon as next year, when he's always injured, or when they like exploit him defensively because he's 6 feet tall and it's just going to happen. I just don't sign up for season tickets if you're a Knicks fan. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't buy a Jalen Brunson jersey. Trust me. That's going to get burned. It's not going to last more than 2 years. That's my take. It's okay. But yeah. So Mathis, what should I do now? Should I just sit back and enjoy my watch, or should I buy another watch? What do you think?
Oh
Like
man,
if the AD calls right now, if the AD calls, what should I do? Should I say, all right, I'll be there? 5?
When
Or
does
should I
it
say-
end, Boston? When are you done? There's
Why
nothing
is it
else.
supposed to end? Why is it supposed to end?
Because at what point do you take a break, bro? What you gotta stop.
Embrace the journey, Mathis.
Listen, you did like a 2 or 3 hour stream the other day by yourself, just talking about why it's okay to spend all this money on watches.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's totally
and you're just enabling yourself, right? But you see, you got this guy Mal that was on, and now you influence this guy too. Boston.
Interesting take. Are you saying I'm an influencer, or do you think I'm just self-influencing? Because that's a good thought. I think I'm in line. I think I'm reading what you're saying.
You're an influencer / world-class addiction enabler.
Okay.
That's what you're doing to these people.
Okay. I'm doing it to them. It's a free country. I'm doing it to myself, is what you're saying. And then they're seeing that and they're saying, this guy's nuts. I better do it also.
I think that's what's happening. Yeah.
Okay. So I should definitely go pick up the watch.
If you're gonna stay true to yourself, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Because it's a journey. The AD has me on a journey, and I have to see it through to the end.
You have to see it through to the end.
I got to see where it leads. Where's the journey going to end? It doesn't end. That's the point. It's a journey.
The journey is going to end when the FBI is going to come knocking on your door one day. They're going
to say, "Where are all these watches that you've been buying? I know that you're hoarding them somewhere." Right?
Yeah.
That's
See, there's something else. There has to be something else. Like you and MJ are starting an airline company. You guys are like a new watch brand. There's something behind the scenes that
there's something going on.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be a good idea. I should start something else. It feels like this is not substantial enough. What I'm doing.
Like the Boston crew is having like a warehouse built with like the old Ghostbusters compound. Like, something's happening.
Yeah, my advice is if the AD talks about journey with you, you should definitely just continue on that journey. If they want to put you on a journey, just get on the journey. You don't know where it leads, but it'll be something good, So,
wait, stop.
Just
what you just said, Mookie. What you just said, Mookie. Clip it. Clip what he just said. Make a song. Put it in the intros. What I just heard was complete insanity. What you just said.
No. Listen. This is what happens. Okay. The AD tells you what to do. Okay. All you
AD is not the guy that gives you the. Oh my.
When
they're the ones who tell you what. Yeah. They're the ones who tell you what it takes to get what you want. So you listen to them.
Exactly.
Right?
So you listen, you follow the journey, and at the end you'll be rewarded. And the only people that don't get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow are the people that don't trust their AD. And they want to know that they're definitely going to get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But that ruins the fun. The fun is spending a ton of money trusting in an AD that the journey leads to something. That's the fun of watch collecting. You'll miss out on all the fun if you knew what was going to happen. It's like reading the end of the book. What fun is that?
Mathis, have nothing to do with these guys, their opinions or anything. They're my friends.
No,
I'll go to dinner with them.
Mathis, you have to understand a lot of the problem that people have with these so-called AD games is that they don't listen to the ADs. The ADs are very transparent. They're very upfront. They say, listen, you want a Daytona, not a problem. Here's what you have to do. Now, if people don't want to listen and they want to try and circumvent the process, they want to deflect,
skip steps.
They want to skip steps. They want to actually go to gray market and buy and do stuff. Well, of course they're not going to get what they're. Listen, they are derailing their own progress along the journey.
Right.
I have to agree with you partly because I've seen this work with you, with Boston, with MJ, with Diego, with Double Crown.
It's 100% foolproof.
I've seen it all work, but I think all these guys are 1 in 100.
I think it's 100% foolproof.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, it's 100%. Now, listen, some of the journeys are not acceptable. Like you may say, okay, the AD has told me what I have to do, what I have to buy, what kind of customer I need to be, and you may decide, listen, you know what? I don't consider myself that kind of customer.
Right.
Great, then you are removing yourself from the foolproof journey to get you to the pot of gold.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You can say, listen, I don't have what it takes.
Yeah.
But if you do have what it takes, which is sometimes very, very simple stuff, then you're guaranteed
intestinal
to get
fortitude.
what you want.
Those are the two keys. Patience and intestinal fortitude and large sums of money. Being willing to be frivolously spending large sums of money at all times. Those are keys to the journey. As long as you're willing to do that, you'll get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
I could feel Speedy Hernandez all the way from Hawaii. I could feel the ground shaking.
Mm-hmm. Who's not a fan of getting the watch of their dreams? That's the question.
Who's the dream? Who are the dream crushers out there?
Yeah.
That want to deny people their grail pieces.
Right.
You listen. Do you want to take advice from winners?
Mm-hmm.
You want to take advice from the people who actually get the watches they want, or do you want to take advice from the critics?
Right.
The critics are the people who failed.
Yeah.
Why would you take advice from the people who don't know what they're doing? The people who
gave up.
Yeah, they gave up and they failed in their journey, and they're going to be the ones to criticize. I wouldn't listen to them.
Yeah,
it's like let's say you're Van Halen and you put out your first album, and the critics go, you know what, this is garbage. Well, who's the critic? Is the critic someone who started his own band and made it big, and became the biggest band in the world? No, the critic is someone who just sits back and writes about it. He was he's a failure. He's a wannabe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A lot of these guys that write at Hodinkee, these are failed critics. They tell you not to listen to the ADs.
Yeah, don't listen to the AD.
Yeah.
Why would you want to get a Daytona at retail? You can just buy it for
they want to
on our site.
That's right, for $37,000.
Yeah. Right.
They keep saying, listen, it's not worth it to go. It's not worth it to go to the AD. It's just buy what you want from Gray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, in some cases, yeah. If it's a discontinued model or it's a vintage model, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if you lack the cojones to follow your dream, then you get what you deserve.
Yep.
Well, Boston's dream is 18 watches. Like Boston's dream is insane. And I respect you, Boston. I love you.
I appreciate it, Malthus. It means a lot.
Huge shout out to Rolex is in the chat. What's up, Rolex? I want to say hi to Big Meech. I want to say hi to Billy Jeans and Billy. Those are two separate people. There's Billy and a Billy Jeans. and Otto, and anybody else that I may have missed. America 5726.
Are you
of
sure
course.
they're two different people? Maybe
I'm
they
not
have two
100
accounts going.
I'm not 100. Let's just double check real quick.
Two different accounts.
Yeah,
maybe? Computer.
Billy joined YouTube in 2012. Cool.
Cool.
And Billy Jeans, on the other hand, Billy Jeans has been a member of YouTube since 2022. Okay. Two separate people, two separate accounts.
Yeah.
Evan G, too. I want to say hi to Evan G, who's in the chat. And Perry TV. What's up, Perry TV? Perry TV says I'm boring. But yet he's here listening in. So maybe he's listening for Boston Collector and Mathis. You know?
Maybe. I hope so.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the beauty.
Go ahead.
That's the beauty of having a panel. Like I can supplement my boring approach with people who are actually entertaining.
So the thing with Boston, what I worry about is he's gonna break his like excitement bone, right? Like you could break your funny bone if you see something so incredibly funny. Like when I saw Marcelo flash the audience, I didn't laugh for a week. Nothing made me happy for a whole week because that was so funny. And then until he did it again, and then I didn't laugh for like 10 days. Maybe Boston is going to get the next watch. He's going to have no feeling. He's going to be like soulless inside.
What's wrong with that? As long as you're on the journey. Why do you have to have a feeling every time you get a watch? That's
because you collect a watch for the feeling.
Do you?
Yes, you collect a watch to. Yeah, I'm sure. That's why I collect it.
Can't you get the feeling from the journey and not from the watch?
The watches are the rungs of the ladder on the journey.
The journey is the destination. That's what I'm trying to say. What's more exciting, the watch or the call for the watch?
The watch, Boston.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Some people, it's the call for the watch.
I don't care about walking.
It's like it's like winning the golden ticket.
That looks like a doctor's office. I don't care at all.
No. I know. I don't care about that either. No, the Willy Wonka. I got the golden ticket. That's part of it. That's part of what people like. It is.
Well, you could drive me nuts all day, but I'm selling something on Facebook Marketplace, and this guy's coming to meet me. So I'll be back.
He's coming at you hot.
I'm not meeting someone from Facebook. No, but it's not like that. Don't worry, I'll be all right. I'll be back.
All right, peace out.
All right.
Got,
so true confession, I might have picked up another watch.
No, that's
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Listen, you know what you're doing. You decided instead of just doing the journey with one brand, you decided to do 3 brands at the same time. Actually 4: Rolex, Richard Mille, Patek Philippe, and AP. You know your limits.
And you're going to continue that. There's other brands too.
Are there really others?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh shit! There's like Reshepi and FP Journe. Yeah, there's a couple of things that are on your list. Yeah, it's
there
tough.
might be a couple other brands too, but that's okay.
Oh shit!
We don't have to talk about
like
all of them.
a couple of those micro brands.
Oh yeah, of course.
Gorilla, you have keys on my channel. I'm pretty sure. Try letting yourself on.
I think
Gorilla have keys?
pops on automatically if it does. If it pop in automatically, I don't know.
You do if you're on mobile. Let me just check the settings here. Maybe his keys got taken away. Oh. What's up, Gorilla?
Clerical error.
Hi. I just want to say respectively. Hi. I just want to say respectively, I disagree. So, if I'm classified from what you're saying, probably as a loser, because I don't buy from the AD and I don't follow the AD situation.
No, it's a quitter.
Hold on. So idiots like me, right? That my net worth in watches could sink a battleship. I'm a little bit of a loser because I don't follow my dreams. We have to classify this.
Well, that might be your dream,
because,
George, right? Is that your dream?
What? No. Hold on. There's a lot of people in the chat and that watch that don't go to the ADs for different reasons, right? One, because they haven't got the patience. Two, they haven't got the money to play the game. And three, they just haven't got the stamina, which is kind of like number one. And they would rather do and buy whatever they want. Right. So is that a bad thing? Are they morons?
No.
We need to be careful how we explain this, because it sounds like if you don't play the AD game, you're a fucking idiot. Oh no, not really.
No. Just quitters.
We need to actually clear this up.
Okay, so this is the question, George. Okay, it's time versus money, right? Because let's be honest, everybody's personal everyone's personal time is different, right? Their time, the value of their time is less for some people versus other people, right? Some people don't want to play the game. That's okay. They don't have to, right? Do you spend less money playing the game? Sometimes, yes. Most of the time, yes.
I understand.
If you're doing certain things.
I understand Boston, how it works. Boston.
Yeah.
I understand how it works, and I understand the dynamics and the basic principles. But it's kind of like saying that, look, if you're not playing the game, you're not really in the game. Or if you're not, if you're not playing the AD game, you're not really in the game. Well, I know people that have never been to an AD in their life and have got a really amazing collection. And we can't just focus on this conversations, AD, because it gets fucking boring. It really does. I just came on to say, and I'm taking some time off from the streams because it's a heavy period for me of work. And I just heard that and I thought, that's not right. And you got to clear that up when you guys go on and say these things, because it's not just about the AD. And OC said the gray market. Should you go to the gray market? Why would you go to the gray market and sort of shortcut? Well, if you're sitting on €1 million or $1 million and you don't care about playing the game, and you're going to take $250,000 out to buy whatever watch and you don't care, is that a bad thing? It's not just about the AD game. It's about, it's about getting the piece the best way you can and what's physically and economically possible for yourself. And that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. And I will say that we were being a bit tongue-in-cheek sarcastic about the game because...
No, but I get that to some degree, but there's a lot of people that listen to this and think, so I'm not worthy of doing anything because of the AD, because it's time and time and time and time and time again, AD tool. But it should be, guys, about watches. Ask Brian when the last time he went to the AD. There's a lot of people that don't go to the ADs to collect their pieces. And all I'm saying is the focus should be not that you're getting a piece from the AD. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're not stealing them, you could be trading, you can be doing anything. I mean, the point in question, look at your last piece. It didn't come from an AD, and you got the piece of your dreams. And that's a perfect example. You would have never got that piece in a billion years because it's stopped production, right?
Right. Yeah.
You would have had to go and trade for it. And irrespectively, you kind of had. And that's my only point from... and I'm not a big fan, just to be clear, I'm not a big fan of buying from grey market, but if you have to, you have to get the piece. And that's all I wanted to put across.
No, I agree with that. I think,
all right, guys, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Sorry to step in and step out. Take care, everybody. Bye.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Thank you, George. Well, that worked.
No, it wasn't like we're kind of being somewhat like sarcastic about it, because I think I think both ways. It's too easy. Like, okay, I think let's just make this clear. I think everybody is on the same page as George. There's different ways to do it to get the watches you want, and you choose your own adventure. And if you don't want to spend the time or have access to the ADs or have the relationship with the ADs or all those things, there's nothing. It's not like a wrong and right, and it's not like, you know, you're an idiot if you don't do one or the other. Like most people, like I think that the people that don't actually understand are saying that you're an idiot if you go to the AD, or you're an idiot if you go gray, right? If you're in the middle and you say, oh, okay, that makes sense, he went gray for that piece, or oh, that worked out for him because he went to the AD. I think that's actually, you know, the people that are making the most sense in the middle, that realize that both ways are fine and possible, and sometimes it works out better. And I think that me and you personally probably OC are actually in those, because I've bought half of my pieces gray and half of them at the AD actually. So and you've bought pieces gray.
You're more gray than I am. The only pieces I ever bought gray were the Midas,
Vintage
the
stuff.
Texan, and the Oyster Quartz. Everything else is AD at retail.
Yep. Right, but it doesn't mean that you won't, you know, shift that at some point if you don't like, you know, what's going on.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct, because like for some brands, I'm a quitter. You know, I don't follow Boston's advice, and I don't go on the journey, and I don't get the pot of gold, and I don't have the stamina or the fortitude. So I will look outside, and I'll go to the gray market.
Yep. And if you don't like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, then you just ask for a different pot of gold. That's how it works.
It's right. Instead of yellow gold coins, you go for like rose gold nuggets or something.
Yeah, exactly. Choose your own rainbow at the end, you know, of the Rolex journey. No, we're kind of joking around, and we don't. Of course, we don't mean to trigger people. You know, it's just it's nice sometimes to actually like say the opposite, because it doesn't even, like, I think most people would say it's stupid to go on the AD journey at this point. Most people would say it's stupid, but actually it's not always stupid. And I would say most people say it's stupid to just go and pay the premium on the gray market. And actually it's not always stupid to do that either. So I think that it's good to recognize both in the middle. And I think it's okay to say either. In my opinion, it's okay to say, like, hey, for that piece, you could have saved a lot of money if you just went to the AD. And for that other piece, you know what? You could have saved a lot of money going to the gray market and not buying 6 extra watches, you know? So it's not about, like, if you really get down to it, you can overanalyze everything to the point that it's not fun too. And I think that sometimes we do that, and it's not fun. It's not fun to be like, oh, if I had taken this money and I put it in Nvidia stocks, then I would have had X amount more money, and then I could have bought all these watches. It's like, yeah, but you know what? Like, you had those watches, you enjoyed it, you're, you know, collecting, you're fun, you have plenty of money. Like, what's the big deal? You know?
Yep.
We
Gorilla,
waste
by the way,
a lot of money with big collections. It is a waste of money. Yeah.
Gorilla's logged in with his troll account, by the way. Just keep in mind, if you have multiple accounts, just keep in mind which account you're logged in with.
Mm-hmm. Has there been a lot of AD talk? I don't know. I don't notice.
No. We were just talking about how to get what you want.
Going to your. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were just talking about going to the AD to make some for some meetings, but I don't think there's been a ton of AD talk lately, has there?
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
If we give great advice and it happens to mention partnering with ADs, then so be it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just you. Sometimes you need it more advice with the AD stuff because it is so convoluted and tricky, and everybody is different and very nuanced, and people have questions. That's why that topic comes up a lot. But I think also the topic of like, what's a good value on the gray market comes up with quite a bit too, in the streams, right? Fair amount. We talk about like, oh, you were talking about some Pateks the other day, right? That what's
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of those Pateks, if you don't want to go on the journey,
Right.
and part of it is maybe, what they said was the journey 6 months ago. Maybe they're going to change and adopt it. Maybe it's a little bit less stringent.
Absolutely.
They tried. Listen, we wanted you to buy a Grand Comp,
Right.
a ladies' piece, and 2 Calatravas for us. But you know what? Hey, maybe that didn't work. Or maybe for some customers, we want to show, a little extra, some flexibility in that.
Yep.
So,
And I think things swing too, that the gray market becomes more value at any particular time. And if the gray market prices take off to a point where it's like super expensive to buy gray, then more people will want to do the AD journey, right? It's just a moving target for all of this stuff. So I do both, really.
Yeah,
That's
with
how I
Patek though, it's interesting because the prices and to some extent Richard Mill too, because the prices are so high to begin with. The barrier to entry is very high. You have to know going in, if you want to absorb, you want to play that game, or you want to be in that journey. That it means you may be buying a watch that no one's forcing you to buy, but if you buy it, it may be something that you could get for 20 or 30,000 less in secondary, and you have to be okay with that because it's going to unlock doors, but it's going to unlock doors to watches that are 100,000 and up,
right?
Which still may be available in secondary for around that, and then maybe your third watch is the one that that you're able to get, a Nautilus that you get for 50,000 that is worth 100,000 in secondary. But are you? I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, that's why I usually give put a number where it's like, if you're going to spend 300,000 with Patek, then it usually starts working out for you. But or 250 to 300 for AP, somewhere around there, like it really starts making sense more.
Right.
And even Rolex, 100K is probably, a good amount, but it really depends if you're how you approach watches too. If you're buying stuff and holding it forever, then it's going to be much more expensive for you than somebody that's buying something, wearing it for a time period, and then recycling that money.
Yep. Michael W. from Hamburg, Germany is with us. He reminds everybody to upvote. That's he was upvote number 41. Thank you very much, Michael
Nice
W. And Buckley's in the chat, says Patek is worth the game. Wait until September. Wink, wink. So maybe new stuff's coming in September.
Changes. Yeah.
Maybe
if
the
new stuff
Cubitus
comes out and all of a sudden you like it, then you're like, oh, well, I can buy the gray, but it's going to be crazy expensive. Or you've built a relationship with the AD and you can get it a little easier. It's hard to know. I like to keep open most opportunities to see what happens. That's just my approach. I'm not saying, I don't think there's rights or wrongs. I think that there's with your own situation, things that make more sense than less sense. But I think most people are pretty savvy in this, colony with what they're
very
doing.
savvy.
I don't see a lot of people that are completely, just wasting all their money.
Correct. And this is a strategy that a lot of people have done over the years. Savvy collectors. Mr. Ghost says buy the hyped watches from the ADs, the ones that you get at retail, but sell for over retail, and then trade them
Mhm.
for other watches that you want on the gray market. And that would work particularly well, either if those watches are less than the retail price or even more, because you're
Mhm.
taking advantage of profit that
Mhm.
you made from buying watches from hype watches from the ADs. Have done it, and so far no blacklisting from any of my 10 ADs. Boutiques F the ADs. I wouldn't say F the ADs, but what you're doing is you're actually taking advantage of the benefit of the ADs.
And I would also say the ADs probably love him because he's buying watches from them. So
Right.
they don't care.
If he's getting hype watches at retail, he's doing something right. So whatever method you're using to get
Yeah.
the watches was working for you. So that's you're playing your own
Mhm.
game and working. It's working for you. Lolik
Well,
says,
I would imagine that Mr. Ghost has made quite a bit of money on, if he has 10 ADs, that he's made quite a bit of money on doing what he's doing
that's
in
right.
value.
So
You know,
yep.
essentially.
So he should show some appreciation to the ADs because they've been rewarding him with great pieces. Sounds like Mr. Ghost is trolling, but he has the right idea. Buy the hype and get the lesser popular models essentially at a massive discount.
That's a terrible idea, Rolex. Why would you buy garbage that other people don't want? Think about that. So you're gonna this is what's weird, okay? People do this sometimes. They're like, oh, that's a hype watch. I don't want that. I want to get the watch that's 50% off from the MSRP. That's the deal. And you're like, why is that one 50% off from what the MSRP is? Is it really cool and nobody knows it? Or does everybody just not like that watch? And like you're just buying it to get a deal? Like, why don't you just buy what you like, whether other people like it or not? Right? Like I think too much we get into like, ooh, I'm gonna buy, a Submariner. I'm gonna make $2,000 and then I'm gonna sell it, and then I'm gonna buy an Omega Speedmaster for $5,000, and then I'll only have paid $3,000 for the Omega Speedmaster. And it's like, okay, but like, do you like the Submariner more than the Speedmaster or the Seamaster? Like, are you really getting ahead if you like really loved that watch that you got? Isn't it enough to get it where you can wear it and then trade it in and get all your money back? Like, that's not enough. I just think sometimes we're too quick to like sell something that's above retail.
But I think
get
what
like
is
a couple grand, if he doesn't.
Yeah,
need
but
it.
it's defending Rolex a little bit. Let's say the watch on the screen is something that sells for 20,000 less than secondary. It doesn't mean that it's not worth it. So if he's buying a Batman and he's buying a sub and whatever, he's a Sprite, and he's able to sell those at a big profit, and he's able to take it and take the proceeds and spend it on a watch that he's getting for less than retail. I think that's what he's then it's bang for buck.
Yeah. I mean, everybody likes to get free stuff, but like, isn't it also good to get stuff,
Quality
like,
stuff?
And this happens all the time. Somebody buys a dating and it's $3,000 below value on the secondary market, and they say, oh, I can't buy the dating, it's $3,000 below, I'll only buy stuff above. And then you buy a Submariner instead, and it's $2,000 above, okay, on a $11,000 watch. And you say, oh, you know what? I really like the Day-Date, but I decided to buy the Submariner because it was above retail. Okay, great. But is it really that bad if you have a Day-Date that you love and you wear and it's like an amazing watch and it's gold and like you get a lot of enjoyment and value out of that, and then in 2 years you sell it for $2,000 or $3,000 below what you paid for it? You only paid $2,000 for that watch. The other one, is it like the delta's only $4,000 over 3 years between those two watches? Like, are you gonna get more enjoyment out of that gold watch to justify that? Maybe. I don't know. It just doesn't, like, we get so much value out of Rolex, especially. It almost like taints our view that you have to like, why do you have to make money on it? Like, can't you break even, or can't you even lose like a couple grand? Like, you're only spending $2,000 if total out of that date. Is it really that bad that it's below? If you can get it now, like before you couldn't even get them. So it's just like, I think sometimes like mentally we put ourselves in a position where it's like an unrealistic line that we're drawing when we won't buy a watch that we'll love and enjoy just because we might, have to take a $2,000 hit over a certain period of time. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me sometimes.
And but to Lolix's point, he jumps in and says, just say in Boston, if you score a Panda at retail, you could sell it and get a Speedy for free. Not as hype, but money is money.
Yeah, but okay, that whole thing, right? You get the Panda for free. I mean, you get the Speedy for free, right? But if you buy a Panda at retail, you paid 16 and it's worth like, say, 30. Okay?
Right.
You wear it for 2 years, you're going to sell it for 28. Okay? Did you lose 2,000 because you wore it? No. You're still gaining 12,000. You get, instead of gaining 14,000, you're gaining 12,000 above retail.
People
when
in the
you
back,
sell
you
your
have keys
Speedy,
you can
you're
jump
going to
on.
lose. When you sell your $5,000 Speedy, you're going to lose $2,000. So you just lost the same amount as if you had worn the Panda. The only thing you have is more money in your bank account, another zero that you're gaining interest on, but that's nominal. Like, you're still way up. So if you'll enjoy the Panda a lot more, then why wouldn't you just wear that and just, okay, instead of making 16 grand, I'll make 12 grand. You're way above zero. Like, you shouldn't even be zero. You should be losing money while you wear a watch. It just makes sense. You get a brand new thing and you wear it, and it's older and it'll need a service sooner. But it's so in demand and so distorted that we think we have to, you got to buy the ones that make money, right?
Brian the Pipe, aka Donnie Donuts. What's up?
Hi, Boston Collector. It's me, Donnie Donuts. How are you? Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm kind of worried.
I love the AD. I'm loving my journey, Brian.
But I'm kind of worried about. I'm kind of worried for me. Okay, because I'm kind of worried because now that you got that wonderful watch that's all white, and that white looks like frosting that I use on some of my donuts. But now that you got that, does that mean that you won't be coming in to see me?
No, of course. I brought pastries to the AD. I picked up a watch just after it, so everything's good.
Okay, I'm just so happy because I was gonna miss you because you're the thing that fills my hole. So thank you.
Thanks, Donnie Donuts.
JC, thank you for being upvote number 43. Really appreciate it. I want to share some breaking news with everybody. Breaking news. Check it out. Let's play the clip. Breaking news out of New York.
With the New York Post, we're out here on the sidewalks today talking to New Yorkers about crime in the city.
It's terrible. Can't go on the train in the morning without some disgruntled person bothering you or somebody acting crazy. The city needs a lot of help.
I've had somebody come up to me one time and they just started threatening me and then they pulled a knife out on me, and it's really scary. Like, for me as a guy, like, I can't imagine for a lady.
I definitely feel like it has increased. Like, I carry pepper spray in my bag just in
Crime, guys. Is it out of control in New York? New York City crook snatches Canadian man's $40,000 Rolex at gunpoint before fleeing on pal's moped. A brazen robber pointed a gun at a Canadian man's head and snatched his $40,000 Rolex watch in the heart of Greenwich Village before fleeing on a moped Wednesday. That's right. Yeah, that was yesterday. Just days after a gun-toting duo pulled off a similar heist outside a high-end Italian restaurant that was Carbone, by the way, a couple blocks away. Authorities and law enforcement sources said Wednesday's armed crook approached his 58-year-old victim at the restaurant line corner of McDougal and Bleecker Streets in the hip Manhattan neighborhood, menaced him with a gun and demanded the man's pricey Rolex presidential timepiece. The crook grabbed the watch plus a $2,000 bracelet before meeting a moped riding accomplice in the middle of the street and hopping on board.
Cartier, probably.
The bracelet. I'm not sure about the bracelet. He was still in the wind Thursday morning. The victim refused medical attention for a minor cut on his wrist, police said. The terrifying mugging came several days after a June 18th heist outside the nearby upscale Italian eatery Carbone, in which a pair of moped riders snatched a $100,000 Patek Philippe watch from a 39-year-old man at gunpoint. In that case, the two robbers walked up to their victim outside the hotspot around 8:45 p.m. and pressed a black firearm to his chest while demanding that he surrender the watch. The criminals took the pricey jewelry and hopped on the moped, which they drove north on Thompson Street, sources said. No arrests have been made, and it was not immediately clear whether the two heists are connected. This is actually, there actually been 4 heists, 2 in Manhattan and 2 in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with a similar MO. People are coming out of pricey restaurants, and the moped-wielding crooks are demanding the watches at gunpoint.
Yep.
I think we need to ban all mopeds.
Yep.
I think what we need to do is we need to have a moped enabling devices at all times. You know, like you shoot some kind of, I don't know, like something you shoot at the tires to flatten them, or EMP to disable them. Yep.
Yeah. I was thinking that we would just rent mopeds during watch time and go around like that.
All of us should have our own mopeds. That's right.
Yeah, nobody's gonna rob from another moped. They'll think you're a crook.
No, we are the criminals. They are the criminals.
Blend in.
They are the thieves. They are the thieves.
Right.
Speaking of thieves, Buckley, what's up? What do you think? Do you have any comment on this? This is the fourth. Two in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, similar MLO, and same MO, and then 2 in pricey eateries, and they tend to target your favorite eateries.
Well, let me ask. Wait, before Buckley answers, I just want to say that Buckley, back in the before Ed Koch and Rudy Giuliani broke up the crime, the mafias and chased them out, you wouldn't have this happen. So, would it be better if your Goombas and jabronis came back in and took over the city?
Oh, what you just said there isn't technically true, because Giuliani's the one that did that, which made him famous. And in the neighborhoods that were occupied by those people, you didn't have these problems, because the way that they made money was by you paying protection so that these things didn't happen. So it was profitable and necessary for them to ensure this shit never happens. So, yeah, I mean, if you want the honest answer and the funny answer, everybody was more happy and better off when the mob ran things. And that's the same in Vegas. So they do a good job. They do a good job when they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Vegas was a lot cleaner and more organized.
Yeah. That's not to say that they didn't rob people, because obviously huge business was heist, pulling off a heist, obviously. But, if you were in I don't know if they even occupied Williamsburg, but if you were in like Gravesend and you had a fucking restaurant and a guy walked in and stole a Rolex in your restaurant, they're probably going to go find that guy and make an example so no one ever does that ever again. true. I don't make the rules.
That's why OC is back, because OC's real name is organized crime.
Well, the uncomfortable truth is that violence works and is necessary a lot of the time. And I love when we go on the watch community, and we have this, like, if someone picks on you, show them your no put down badge, because that works all the time. You know, I love that. I love that about this community. You know, that's why TPG is able to still walk around and, well, he's not walking around right now, but he will be. He'll be back in business by 2026. Watch. Because everyone has a no put down badge. There's a gray area, folks.
Meaning, like, well, how do you define that? What is your?
Well, you entered it. You entered that gray area, OC. Unless what you said was, shtick, and we'll call it shtick for.
We'll call it
other
shtick
reasons.
for other reasons. Yeah. But the truth is,
but it worked, didn't it? It worked, didn't it?
It works. The only thing these criminals know is violence.
Yeah,
that's all they know. And when you're faced with a scammer who who owes 10 people money, there's no apologies for making yourself number one to get paid back. I'll never apologize for doing what it takes to be the number one guy that says, listen, I get all my money back or you're fucked. And it works because they know the threat is real. That's the only way it works, is if they know that you're going to make good on your promise. And believe me, they know. And I've told the story before. There's someone who's very prominent in the community, somebody we all know. We've met with, we had dinner with many times. You know him. I won't, but you're not going to know exactly who he is. But he had the similar situation where a friend came to him for borrowed money, over $100,000, and that friend, when it came time to pay it back, started ghosting him. And so what do you do? After a couple of attempts to be cordial and say, listen, I know you're my friend, but money's money. And then they ghost you. You send a couple of very, very big, imposing guys to the guy's house. And you knock on the front door and you say, hey, you've been disrespectful to your friend. And when that happens, accidents will occur. And that sends a message pretty damn quickly that their health is a lot more important than welching on a debt.
Well, you bring up a good point. Can you hear me or no?
Yep, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. You bring up a good point, which has been, it's something that we've witnessed on the streams, where you've taken everybody, almost everybody who comes on these streams, they'll have a troll or they'll have someone who says something nasty about them. Eventually, it will come. And because it's some fucking loser from behind a computer who will never show his face, these guys don't know, people don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. So there's this weird political game you play. But that's not the real world. If you guys ever notice, Paul Thorpe, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. He doesn't know how to handle it, because in the real world, you don't do those things because there's consequences. He said it live on air. You don't fuck with people who will actually be violent with you if you fuck with them. And there's a lot of people, I'm not going to mention names, but all of us know one of them very, very, very well, who just do this and go, what? I didn't do anything. There's no consequences. I didn't do anything. There's no consequences. What am I doing? Freedom of speech. That's not how things work. And eventually it will catch up. But people in the watch world don't understand that. Right? So Paul, this is what's happening in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, when there have to be consequences. And the problem is that these crooks are getting more and more brazen with their crimes, because, and there's nothing to stop them from escalating the crimes. So let's say, it's robbing a guy's Rolex on the street, but there's also the home invasions where they follow you back from a dinner.
Mm-hmm.
When you open your gate, or if you enter your your nice neighborhood, they just follow you back. You know, you open your garage and then they just storm you, or even more brazen than that, just in the middle of the daytime, just barge into your house and demand your jewelry and watches. So I think there's no consequences for these crimes, and as long as there's no consequences, there's no accountability, then they will continue. The crimes will continue to escalate in their severity. As a matter of fact, I saw an article somewhere. It was about, I think it was about Los Angeles, and it was about, because I was looking at rents in Los Angeles, and someone said, "Oh, it's $4,000 a month for a 2-bedroom, whatever." And they asked about the crime, and they said, "Well, you will get break-ins. We typically get break-ins, like someone, typically 3 to 4 times a year. There'll be break-ins in the building." It's like, well, wait a minute. Why am I paying $4,000 a month for a place where there's break-ins 4 times a year?
Because
like, well, it's just the way it is now.
No, that 4 times a year is a lot less than once a month.
Right. Yeah. I got sick of this. I upgraded my system around my house. I have around my perimeter of my house now. I have cameras with live agents actually monitoring it 24/7. So I have cameras with live agents monitoring in the front, cameras with live agents in the back. Just because I don't care if it's $2,000 a year. That's cheap to have the peace of mind of knowing that if somebody, and I get an alert every time someone comes on the property. FedEx comes to deliver a package, I see it. Every time Mrs. OC walks the dog, I see it. Every time the dog goes pee in the backyard, I see it. And it's worth it to me.
So we, I'll tell you something. We made sure that we had a guard gated community when we moved here, and the extra cost on the homeowners association actually worked out to be a wash against the lower cost of homeowners insurance.
Yep. You don't got to worry. In Florida, you have alligators walking around that'll take care of this.
I'm not afraid of the alligators. It's the 2-legged, half-naked weirdos walking around here.
Where the fuck do you live?
Florida.
That's actually true. There's South Florida and then there's Florida. 2 very different places.
Yeah.
Brian, do you walk around and go, when you go to the supermarket, do you go, how the fuck are you guys obese category 3 in this heat? How is everybody obese category 3 in this heat? What the fuck?
I spend most of my time walking around the supermarket going, how the fuck do any of you believe Adam and Eve in 6,000 years ago? You guys were evolved, half of you from water buffalo and from hippopotamus and other ugly things, but good God. Evolution.
Well, Brian,
is true,
what happens is the DNA changes the more Lay's potato chips and Coca-Cola the parents drink. So that's how you wind up there.
Hey, green M&Ms. Green M&Ms are a vegetable.
Just so you guys know, I've had a very interesting day and week, along with a little bit of what OC was talking about. I had to do that with a landlord this morning. So I am not afraid to go to the brink of being canceled, if you guys would like to go there. But I'm sure you don't. But I have no problem dancing around the cancellation fence.
Did the landlord give you problems with something that was in your building that needed to be addressed, and that they were being a little bit they weren't?
No. So he has my security deposit, and I told him, hey, we'll be gone by the 1st. Feel free to come by, check everything out, and bring the check, and I'll hand you the keys. Well, is there nail holes? Of course there's fucking nail holes. Okay, well, that needs to be touched up, and, there might be some deductions. No. There's not going to be any fucking deductions for nail holes. Well, my painter is going to come see you on July 6th. No, he's not, because I'm coming to see you on July 5th, and you'll have my check, and I'll have your keys. If you'd like a video or photos beforehand to show you there is no damage, I'm happy to show you, but I will see you on the 1st. And this escalated a little bit further to a level that I'm not going to share on an internet channel on YouTube. But yeah, let's just say there might be a problem.
Yeah, I've seen your building's your almost former building is a really nice building. And I'm assuming it's corporate because it's a big. It's not like some local family landlord that's operating it.
No. I'm in a community, and I've lived in 2 other places. Obviously, when you move, there's nail holes. Sometimes there's like little scuffs on the walls. Never had a problem because that's normal wear and tear. But bro, you want to start the fucking morning with talking to me about nail holes? I'll fucking don't even get me started. I'm not going to go into it again.
Standard rental contract that I've used says anything nail holes and smaller are fine, but if you go bigger than that, like a drywall anchor, anything bigger than a pencil tip.
Right.
Yeah. There's normal wear and tear, and then there's stuff that's over and above.
Yeah.
Abnormal.
No, I know. I'm perfectly aware. But
how many years were you there?
2.
Okay.
2. He's been here. That's the other thing too. He's been here because we had the fridge that took a shit. We had air conditioning that took a shit, and this was in the last 6 months. So he's been here. He could use his fucking eyes. He knows. And this is the type of guy that looks at everything. And I knew the way that this was going to go with the security deposit. In my fucking gut, I knew he was a slimy motherfucker. But like I said, he'll have that check on the 1st. Yeah, he will have that check on the 1st. Yeah.
Yep. I think also legally they have a certain amount of time that they're allowed to, after your move out date.
They had it in an escrow account, right?
Well, I doubt he has anything in an escrow account, but there's also that I could squat in his place for the next year because I live in the state of New York and he can't do shit if he wants to do that. You know what I mean? There's also that. I think he forgets that this is the state of New York and it's not in his favor, and that he should be on the ground on his knees thanking God every fucking morning that I'm his tenant.
Yeah.
But
in California, state of California, I actually have to pay people 1 month's rent to move them out. I have to actually give them 1 month's rent as severance if I want to proactively move them out. Yeah.
You have to ask their permission if you want to paint it a different color.
It's true. It's true. It's really a
brutal
scam.
It'll be fine though. I think I have it under control, but I'm not. Listen, as our good friend Tim said, I'm not the sharpest person in the world, so don't expect me to handle it in an intelligent way. I don't know how. I'm the child of a truck driver and stay-at-home mom who basically ate spaghetti and protein shakes my whole life. Don't expect an intelligent way out of this.
Hey, ketchup and top ramen is the same thing.
Yeah.
He's calling your bluff to make sure you don't leave any bigger issues. I don't.
That's the dumbest. That would be the dumbest fucking thing you could do.
I'd love to play.
You could easily trash the place and cost the building a lot more than your security deposit.
Buckley, we've only met once in person, but we've hung out a lot on these things. I would love to play poker with you because you do not know how to bluff.
No, I'm not bluffing, Brian.
I know. And
I have 2 modes: cool, calm, and collected, and patient, which is 99% on the stream, and then there's another short fuse which no one on the stream ever fucks with, which is money. That's a different thing, Brian.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel you.
Yeah. Buckley, you and I have never done anything financial together, have we?
What do you mean? We just invested about $500,000 each into Tim G's weed empire in Brooklyn. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, but that we weren't
Not
supposed
to
to say
mention,
that on the air.
not to mention the $100,000 that Carolyn Martin owes us for a dividend in the Pens.
Oh man, you're revealing confidential business.
That all explains
Enterprises.
why OC got monetized real quick. He's got a cash flow issue.
That's right, guys. Thank you to. I want to again thank Mal or Mal for the £5 super chat and Otto for the $2 super chat. Thank you for funding the show today and funding my lavish lifestyle.
OC,
yes, I need cash quick.
OC, would you like to admit to everybody that's listening now the reason that you actually lost weight recently, which you look great, but the reason that you did it isn't for health, it's because your money's tight and you can't afford food?
True. I'm on baked beans diet right now.
Are you shitting a lot?
Nope, not at all. Zero.
Well, that's a problem. We're gonna get that checked out.
I'm not eating enough food to actually generate waste. So,
I've done that.
Not eating enough food to generate waste.
Yeah. We could talk about that too. Like I said, it's fuck it all Thursdays, so I'm not afraid to be canceled today. I tried doing one of these fad diets, and I went like 3-4 days without shitting.
Yeah, it happens because your body needs everything that was being consumed to use for energy. By the way, Buckley brings in the viewers. We went from 50 viewers or 52 to 64 viewers. Buckley equals ratings.
Definitely not.
So, yes, he does.
I'm sorry. That was all my troll accounts so that I could come on and upvote.
People just like the spice. People like seeing people get agitated, and that's
right.
all.
Someone's going to be
right
the
now.
50th upvote, by the way. Someone is going to be the upvote number 50. Who's it going to be? Or maybe 51.
I also took a nice chunk out of my finger earlier today. That was a good time.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Doing some work on the wall.
Were you punching the walls again?
No, Brian. I was doing so Brian.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just do the work yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So, doing that like an asshole, I took a chunk out of my finger.
Yeah.
It was fucking painful. I haven't done that in a long time. When's the last time you guys removed a chunk of skin off your body?
It was a couple months ago, and I can't remember her name. I'm sorry.
No injuries recently. Most of the injuries that I get these days is because my daughter's cat is here, and the cat has like super sharp claws and super sharp teeth. And if you just look at it the wrong way, or you're playing with it, like petting it, and then all of a sudden, and then it'll grab a hold of you. And then, like, in order to get unclawed, it usually means that there's some kind of like piece of skin involved. Oh, I was cutting some bread the other day, and I sliced the inside of my palm, barely, but that's all healed.
You guys want to see a picture?
No.
Let's see it. Let's
show everyone a picture. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Nice little chunk out of the finger.
Oh, ew.
I don't see anything.
Hold on a second. Yeah.
I just want to talk injuries.
Hold on. I'll show this here.
It's one of those things that it doesn't hurt until like 30 minutes later. Just chunk right out of the knuckle.
Yep. That'll heal in about 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. At his age, 5 days. At my age, 12 to 17 months.
I would. I'm curious to know, like, if when you go into an AD and you have like scratches and marks on your hand, if that's a good thing, or that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Probably.
That guy's a knuckle dragger. Get him out of here.
Yeah, because like I specifically avoid going to the AD if I have like a big scratch on my hand where it's visible. I don't want them to think like I do manual labor, or that if I was ever in a position to actually incur an injury on my hand, then I'm not suitable for AD purchases.
Oof, you just made a lot of enemies with that comment. Every single blue collar worker watching the stream just got really fucking upset at you.
Hey, look at this. We got Alan in the chat. I'm always cut to shit, but I got watches. What's up, Alan?
Yeah, wait a second. Alan, you got Swatch Group shitters from Omega, so but I still love you. And I love your wife even more.
No, Brian, what he
Alan
did
has
is
a
impressive.
Yeah.
He got called for the new Panda in the UK. You know how hard it is to get called for a watch in the UK?
I'm just giving him shit. Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm
Trying
down.
to trigger him, get him on the panel. He's listen,
Bait
he's
him.
one of the first people to get a white dial Daytona with the 126-500 at retail. Great story. Great story.
Yeah. You know why? Because he pulled a Buckley and he walked in there and said, "Look, I used to play rugby. I can throw you through the wall and run around and catch you on the other side. So give me the damn watch."
No, I don't do that. All my essays are women. Joke's on you.
America says, laughing my fucking ass off. I saw that giant gash yesterday, Buckley. Dude rolled up to Patek with that. No second thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. It wasn't today. It was yesterday morning. I'm complaining, OC. I'm so fucking tired right now.
That's funny. Alan is battling COVID. Oh, sorry to hear that. I have COVID. Leave me alone. Sorry to hear that, Alan. Crap.
Holy shit, that was yesterday? Wow, I'm fucked up, guys.
Buckley, today's Thursday, the 27th of June, 2024.
Holy shit, man. I thought that was this morning.
And Alan, I don't care if you have COVID or not. I'd still hug and kiss you.
Yep. If you want to hug and kiss Brian, this channel is fully monetized. Be sure to super chat your virtual kiss to Brian. You can purchase super sticker kisses. In just a shameless plug on my part.
You ain't kidding.
Let's get this off the screen. Get this off the screen. By the way, please welcome Big Mesh to the panel. What's up, Big Mesh?
OC, can you hear me? Can you hear me, OC?
It's OC, it's Brian the Pipe, and Buckley.
Look, OC, I just gotta say, man. You got soft hands, brother. You got soft hands. You ain't never seen a day of work in your goddamn life, man. 85 hours a week. I'm out here busting my ass every single day. And you're over there with your soft hands. Get a job.
Yeah, I mean, I do. There's manual labor for example, I have to water some plants, which involves like turning a water faucet, an external water faucet. I'm taking care of the pool, so that sometimes means, again, adding water to the pool means actually interfacing with a garden hose. These are severe manual tasks.
You can actually stub your toe while you're cleaning the pool, and it can hurt.
I don't clean the pool. I have a robot that does that. But let's not get carried away, Brian. I don't clean the pool. Let's not get crazy,
buddy.
Slow down a little bit. Cleaning.
All right.
I never
you
said
can-
clean anything.
You can hurt yourself turning your neck to watch the person clean the pool and make sure that they do it correctly.
Actually, what is more likely to happen is when I'm getting up from the hammock next to the pool, if you're not being careful, you could get lightheaded, and that's something you want to avoid at my age. Getting lightheaded. So, yep.
That's the extreme dieting that you're doing.
Yep. Got to be careful. OC has to write checks to the pool boy. True.
That sounds
Gotta
a little bit.
Gotta watch your knuckles. By the way, do you find yourself doing stuff with your right hand that you would normally do with your left, like sometimes turning a doorknob or reaching behind something? Sometimes it would be something I normally do with my left hand. Is like, oh shit, I can't do that because I've got a watch there, so I'll do it with my right hand instead. Sometimes.
Buckley.
Go ahead.
Buckley, is that called cheating on yourself?
No, so
Yeah.
I have this issue all the time because I'm notorious for dropping my phone either through the couch or through the seat in the car, and it's always the left side. And I fucking the date just half the scratches are from just going in. What am I gonna do? Take the watch off? And that's like a lot of work to take it off.
Yeah, I would take it off. Yep. You turn your own doorknobs? Yeah. I mean, 100%. Sometimes I do it. I'll do it with the right hand sometimes.
You haven't lived until you've grinded a fluted bezel on a wall. You got to do it at least once.
Well, then you can complain that it's a dodgy bezel and send it back. Oh, did I go? Sorry. Delete that comment.
I like Thursdays.
And I'm in a great mood today. Sorry. I'm happier than a pig in shit.
It's a beautiful day today. Beautiful day. Hope wherever you are in the world, it's a beautiful summer day. In the Northeast, it's unbelievable. Hey, look, we have one of my new troll accounts in the chat, OC Ozempic Client. Hi, OC. We only meet once a month, but it's always nice. Is that the dosage for Ozempic? Once a month? I thought it was more. Don't you have to stab yourself more recently than that? More frequently?
That one, it
weekly.
depends on. It may be some people maybe once a month, some people maybe twice or 4 times a month. Just depends on how bad.
Yeah, OC troll account. You have to do your research first to figure out exactly what the dosage is because you blew your cover. You
I like
obviously
the
do
new
not-
one, Hawk Tua.
Yes, that's a good one, huh? Hawk Tua's in the chat.
I like that.
Hawk Tua says, technically, you are not that smart if you're buying watches at $40,000 or more, but yet you're still renting. You missed the low house prices.
I wasn't when we had low house prices back in almost never my adulthood. But hey, let's go back to 2018-19. I didn't own any watches.
Buckley, don't forget I've met you. I'm not sure you've entered adulthood yet, but go ahead.
Well, that's also a really good point. Yeah. But I've never experienced low house prices in New York, but hey.
Yeah. Billy Jeans asks who nicknamed Brian the Pipe. That was Curly. Curly did.
Yeah, it went
Everyone,
from it went from Pipe. It went from Pipe Brian to then it became Brian the Pipe, and my name has changed apparently.
You guys need to. Unfortunately, Curly's dog passed away.
Yeah.
So, send him some good wishes.
Send him some positive vibes, guys.
It's the worst.
Curly's
the worst.
Curly's dog, and the dog's name was Mosca. So shout out to Mosca. Had to put him to sleep. It's a terrible thing. So Mosca, you're in our prayers, and the Curly and the Curly family. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
I'm sure some will try to blame OC. That's right. Listen, I get accused of everything, so I have no doubt that the narrative will be spread starting tomorrow that OC is the one who was to blame. So listen, someone reached out to me yesterday and said something like, "Oh, I'm not going to say who it was, but they're like, hey, you know what? On the West Coast, unfortunately, like a lot of the streams, like a lot of the high quality streams are off the air by the time like I get off work and I decompress and I start watching. Unfortunately, there are only certain other channels that are live and that I kind of turn on in the background, and those guys just like are non-stop making up lies about OC. And I said, hey, whatever, if that's I don't mind being used for entertainment as long as people realize that it's entertainment. All publicity is good publicity as far as I'm concerned. So let them have at it. If they want to make up stuff about me, keeps my name in the press. So, and it just ends up promoting actually the colony. So let them promote the colony and my channel and Boston Collector's channel and other channels. It's all good, man.
There's only a few people.
Let him do it. Yeah.
There's only a few people. We don't even know if they're people. We don't know what they are. No one's ever seen them.
No one's ever
Could
seen.
be one guy, OC.
Yeah, it could be multiple same guy with multiple troll accounts, but I mean, there are a couple of channels out there. Actually, it's mainly one or two channels. They're just spreading. They just spend their whole show just making up stuff. It's like, I get it. If you got no content of your own, just make up lies about other people, and and you get a few super chats. Good for you.
Super chat.
They can use your content, but you got to start charging them points. Nah, I don't give a shit. It ends up promoting me because when they, the more they drop my name, the more they go to the colony channel and say, oh, let's see what they're doing over there. Must be good quality content if all you do is talk about them. So,
OC, you got to give them that hawk tua. Spit on that thing.
Hawk tua. Spit on that thing. Good for her, by the way. I mean, apparently she is in the merchandising business. She has a line of merchandise, and she's raking it in. Good for. I mean, someone should be. I'm sure she's trademarked that.
All I'll say is these shorts and these TikToks with all this crazy shit, it's always happening in Nashville. You ever notice that?
Is it Nashville or is it like the suburbs of Tennessee? Is it like
I think it's Nashville. It's like I've never been to Nashville, but it seems to be the same street where they've always got these interviews and these viral clips that come out. They're usually sexually related, but always Nashville. What is it about Nashville?
Yeah, what is it? Shout out to Logan Hall, by the way, representing the Nashville crew.
All by himself.
Yep. 55 people watching this. We have over 50 likes, which is pretty amazing. It's Hot Take Thursday starring Buckley and Brian the Pipe. So type in your questions or your comments. They will see them. They will respond in real time. Jennifer Jersey is in the chat. Newest member of the Watch Colony. I like Jennifer. We're adding Jennifer as a moderator. Jennifer Jersey says Nashville has a history of human trafficking. Okay. I don't know that to be the case, but we'll take Jennifer's word for it. Jennifer, don't dox where you are. If you're in Nashville, then don't say so. But Logan Hall says also, reminder, Mr. Tutor to You is also in Nashville.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Now OC's heading right there to look at all the tutors.
That's right.
Is it Garasi or Garachi?
It's Jersey.
Or Jerachi?
It's Jersey. It's Jersey.
Jersey? That's heresy.
OC makes it a point to know how people's names are pronounced. And I'm 99% sure it's Jersey. Because I make it a point to respect the people who take the time to comment in the chat.
Me and Brian don't.
Huh?
No, it's Jerachi. Jeriachi. Jeriachi. Oh, that's Boston Collector. Jeracy. Gerasi. Geraci. Is it? Fuck, none of this helps me.
Just don't get frustrated and punch a wall again.
No, I didn't punch any wall. That
If
was
it's a capital, if it's a capital A, maybe she means it's Geraci. But I think it's
That's what I think,
it could be
Geraci.
Geraci or Geraci.
We should do the public service announcement that you should not use your first and last name as an account.
Yeah, you probably
Switch
shouldn't use
that
your
to
real.
A.
Yeah, probably shouldn't use your real first or last name in our chat. If I were you, Jennifer, just change your name to Jennifer G. I think that's a cool name.
That's actually not her real name. Her real name is Ralph.
Yeah. Geraci. Now that we know that, change your name. And we, Jennifer G is a really cool name. So, or Jen G. How about Jen G? Just because in this watch community, but my channel is 2% female. So.
Who's the other one? You got you and we got Jennifer and Carolyn Martin.
Jennifer, Carolyn Martin. There are a few others. That don't like to be known.
No, there's actually a lot more than you guys think. There's a lot of wives that watch the stream or hear it in the background.
Yeah, Mrs. Dodger Mrs. Dodger watches a lot.
Love Mrs. Dodger.
A lot.
Yeah, she's very nice. I think though this idea. I mean, I get this viral meme, this viral sensation. You become famous for that, but I don't know. I mean,
well, OC, what do you mean you don't want?
No, it's just that. I mean, she's not being dragged. I don't think she's being dragged through the mud for what she said. I think
what she said is true, though. That's the problem. It's fucking true.
Never, ever be caught saying the truth on the internet.
Yeah, I don't feel. Do I feel bad for her family? I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's funny at this point.
I don't think it's a big deal.
It's not a big deal. If she's able to cash in on it, hey, it's all worth it. Good for her. By the way, I did a real douchey thing. I went to the Justin Timberlake concert last night. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Love that big floating center stage thing that he.
Wasn't that cool? Yeah. She's it was I got a $300 ticket for $129 in section 117, which is a phenomenally good seat.
Is that where they put all the over 40 people?
Nah, but it was funny because there were a few rows that were open, that were available when I was buying my ticket, and someone from an exhibitor of Enterprise AI World bought a bunch of tickets for people who were like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs VIPs. Like they had a wristband and everything. Like in other words, they bought tickets for like people who came by the booth and were VIPs, client VIPs, and they bought like 20 tickets for people and their families. So in the couple of rows around me, the chick next to me was not part of the group. She was really cute, but like everywhere, like to the right of me, was all people in 3-piece suits. But it was a great show. Great show. I highly recommend that you go. And that's it. That's it. We're approaching 3 hours. 3 hours on this show. I think we've exhausted the topics.
Are you still talking?
Nope, I'm not. Watch Hangout is in the chat. What's up, Watch Hangout? JJ and
Dude,
team.
Did you hear what he's thinking about doing on the stream?
No, what happened? What's he
Thinking
doing?
about going full liquidation.
Oh shit!
Full liquidation. I support it.
Wait until November when I do that after I'm done doing my endgame moves here and I decide, fuck it.
You're not doing an endgame move, Brian. You said yesterday.
Hey, everything you hear on the internet is true.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't go outside when there's planes with chemtrails. Fuck that. I don't want to be breathing in those chemtrails.
Yeah. OC Shazay. JC Shazay was in NSYNC. That's right. Full liquidation, and the channel change the channel name to the Hangout. That's right. Why? No need to have the Watch Hangout in there anymore. Just the Hangout.
I get it. I gotta be honest
more
with you
general.
guys. Can I be totally honest with you, OC?
Totally frank and honest.
There's been a few people messaging me privately about why I don't have a YouTube channel. And the reason why I don't have a YouTube channel is because we're in the watch space. And if I was going to have a YouTube channel, it would be talking about whatever, kind of like Joe Rogan, not limited to watches, because I'm not really even into watches. I just like Rolex. And I like getting things that other people can't have. And I like getting things that are over retail so I can make a profit. But other than that, I don't really like watches. I don't even know how they work. So maybe in the future, there'll be a channel where I talk about whatever the fuck. And it'll be canceled within a week. But that week of content will be really good.
Let me just respond. Let me respond to that, because Buckley, first of all, you're a flipper douchebag, but we still love you. And two, not knowing how a watch works or what they're about has not stopped a lot of people from having a watch-based YouTube channel. Just saying.
Yeah. Wait, you guys aren't flippers?
I'm not a flipper.
Occasionally.
I'm a capitalist.
Oh.
I've done reverse flips. That's where you buy something for high and you sell it for low.
I've done a lot of those.
Yeah, a lot of back flipping. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get some coffee, and then I got a phone call at 3. So.
That's it. We're gonna say thank you to every single person who's participated on the panel and in the chat today. Hit the upvote button on the way out, and make sure you're subscribed to the Original OCs channel and the Watch Colony channel and the Boston Collector channel and every other channel that's out there, guys. Peace out and have what?
See, before you end, I think you ought to name this the Free Wrench channel. Have a wrench. Come here. It's free.
come here and have a wrench. Hey, look at that. She changed her name. Smart.
Yeah. Yay.
Thank you, Jen G. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, now everyone will know. Now no one will be able to track you down wherever you are in the world. Peace out, everybody. Have a fantastic day. We'll catch you later, maybe on a colony stream, okay? Peace out.